Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good evening in my Just a Man 04 voice if you haven't heard it today. What's going on, everybody? We will be listening to that Shaman V2 relaunch AMA they have going on as soon as we're able to boot up on that one. Let me refresh my screen. Sometimes it's a little bit late. Yep, they are already in it to win it. So let me go ahead and check this out for you guys. What's going on, everybody that tuned in, and thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio or not. I'm still adjusting a couple things. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me work on this audio. Okay, I thought I was tripping for a second, guys. There is no audio right this second. So we are currently waiting for them to chime in. I have it actually on my phone as well as the actual playback for you guys to hear the audio too. So I'm not hearing anybody just yet. I think they may be letting people fall into the room. Got about 120 people present as of right now, and the room is still filling up.
A minute, and then we'll get started.
Oh, there it
I'm
is.
not sure where Tony is, but I'm sure he's going to join.
So you guys should hear that in a couple seconds through the audio if it's working correctly. Were you guys able to hear the audio at all cleared?
to what Shaman's needs are to benefit both the project and the community. So thank you, Maverick and Sire, for joining. So with that, we'll kick off. So why are we launching a new contract, right? So for those that don't know, when we first started reviewing the idea to launch the new contract, I believe in the initial review, Tony had kind of given an update to the community that upon reviewing the contract, there was an issue with the marketing wallet from the original coder, who was essentially benefiting from the contract. Now, being that this contract was renounced, there was no way that we could make this change on the fly and maintain the current structure. So the only way to ensure that the marketing funds that are being contributed by the buys and sells are going to the marketing of the project, and that only was to create a new contract. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're adding value to both the project and to the holders. We feel this is in the best interest of the community. So upon looking at the contract and talking to the community, we had initially started out with 1,000 quads. That was what the original contract was. However, recently you might have seen Tony put a poll out about what type of supply we'd like to have. And we've also discussed it internally. And we decided that we are going to be lowering the total supply to 50 quads total. So I know that's a drastic decrease from the 1,000 quads, but we feel this is the best way to add value to the project by having a lower supply out there. Now, when we think about that, what is in the contract that's going to be different from the old contract? So the new contract will have a 10% buy and sell tax. Within that, that's made up of 1% goes to the liquidity pool, 2% reflections to the holders, 3% marketing, 1% team wallet, and 3% buyback wallet. So for those that aren't familiar, the buyback wallet essentially will buy back a portion of every buy and sell. And what that does and what benefits that is we can take the tokens in that buyback wallet and use it to allocate for our staking pools. Another benefit to having a buyback wallet is it actually provides some support for the price of Shaman. So it really is a unique structure. When we looked at it, it was the option to buy back or to burn. And with the buyback, we still do have the flexibility down the road if we ever were to choose to burn. So we felt that this was the best kind of option to go with. What other added benefits did we add to the contract or to the project for the holders? Well, I'm happy to announce that we're going to be having 4 distinct staking pools. One will be a flexible staking pool where you can stake on and off as you please. And the other 3 will be locked up periods of 30 days, 90 days, and 180 days. We feel that this is an added benefit to give back to the community, to be able to provide a way to earn extra tokens for you providing support and buying for Shaman. And again, also by locking up a lot of that supply over time, again, this is more support for Shaman when it comes to tokens being locked up and it comes to selling and the price action. So we think that's a really added benefit. I know this is one that we talked about for a while. The third benefit that we're going to have is something called a Treasury contract. So this is actually a very unique function that was developed by Brew Labs. And in a second, I'll pass it over to Maverick to give the full overview. But essentially what's going to happen is when we do that 3% buyback, it's going to feed into the Treasury wallet, which essentially acts as a burn without burning them, without affecting your market cap. So without butchering it further, I want to pass it over to Maverick to really give a full overview because I think it's a really unique concept and I'm very excited about it for the community.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Mike. Just to touch on the concept of the Treasury, because we're talking about that right now and how it benefits communities. So we kind of created this concept over at Brew Labs. And we've been using it for the last 4 weeks. It's been very impactful for our community and the price action for our particular project. You're welcome to go have a look at the chart if you'd like, or if you've got some spare time. But from a technical standpoint, the Treasury contract itself is a separate contract altogether. Basically, what will happen is every time the buyback tax is paid to the team, rather than it going into a team wallet in traditional buybacks, the ETH will be transferred directly to another smart contract. Now, this smart contract will once per day purchase the Shaman token and essentially store it in its own wallet. So it's effectively going to be banking tokens every day. Every 24 hours, it will purchase no matter what the market conditions are. All the buyback revenue that's been generated in the last 24-hour period will go into the Treasury contract, and yeah, it'll be used to purchase Shaman. Now, the strength of this type of concept is twofold. Firstly, the holders, so all the Shaman holders, will benefit from this buyback uplift every day that the Treasury contract purchases. Second, I guess, benefit is the contract itself will also, buy with taxes as well. So it will be, again, feeding itself, but also paying all the reflections on its buyback to all the holders. So holders will get benefits from reflections. They will also get benefits from the price increase on a daily basis. And there's actually a third benefit, to be honest, as well. And that benefit is the reduction in tokens that will be in circulation for the total supply of the Shaman token. So what's going to happen is price floor or a market cap floor will begin to rise on a daily basis. So you guys will get to see the actual change, I guess, in the value of the Treasury contract every day as it starts to grow its own value. It'll obviously start off at a very small amount, but over time, it will be buying more and more and more, and we'll have more reflections paid to it. Once it gets to a certain threshold, we generally recommend that the teams turn off the reflections to that Treasury contract and just continue with the purchase of the token. So it's a really powerful concept because it's essentially creating that rising price floor. And there's going to be a number of other avenues down the track for the development of Shaman that will also feed that Treasury contract ETH. The more ETH that it obtains and buys, the more Shaman it will hold, and therefore there will be more ETH in your liquidity pool as well to accommodate, larger, I guess, trades and things like that for people to sell. If people were to sell, the very next day, the Treasury contract will buy back, and it will buy back again the following day, the following day, the following day. So the concept is that every single token that is ever sold out there by people within the project will eventually be bought back. So you've got a deflationary supply that's occurring. Now, traditionally, when you had deflationary supplies, tokens would be sent to the burn address, and you wouldn't be able to access those tokens again for the project. The Shaman team have got a few concepts that they're obviously introducing at this relaunch, one of which is staking. They also have some other concepts that they may want to talk about later, but let's talk about staking. With staking, you do need rewards to be able to provide holders while they're staking. So those tokens that are being provided as staking rewards do need to come from somewhere. So the team will provide some initial tokens for the staking pools to be able to, for our holders to get out there and stake and obtain more Shaman tokens, which I might also mention that the staking pools that we build also capture reflections. So you will not miss out on reflections if you're staking in a staking pool. They're a unique pool in the sense that they fulfill two, I guess, channels of income for holders, staking rewards, and you will also get your reflections. But circling back, those staking pools do need to have rewards in them to be able to provide to people. So, if we're burning tokens and, we're losing supply, we won't be able to top up those staking pools. Now, the beauty of the Treasury contract is that once every 30 days, the Shaman team can pull out a total of 5% of maximum supply, of total supply rather, and they can use that withdrawal on the Treasury contract to top up the staking pools, or they may use it to top up potential NFT staking pools or potential cross-chain bridges or any other kind of purpose that they may need liquidity for, even a farm. But they will be able to essentially recycle the tokens. Now, the rate that the Treasury buys back is at a higher rate than the tokens are generally recycled. So, it's a very new kind of concept. It's kind of like burning 2.0. We've designed it in a way that it benefits the project by reducing total supply available. In combination with staking can be very powerful because you can have what's called a squeeze on your chart. If you've got upwards buying pressure consistently happening every day, whilst the majority of your supply is either tucked away in staking pools or potentially in other like reserve wallets and things like that that the team may hold. So there's when you're looking at it from also from a mathematical perspective, as the Treasury contract continues to grow with supply, once it gets from, and I'll use our project as an example. Once the Treasury contract gets to 50% supply, which is some time away, but each project has their own development roadmap. That things in this space take time to build. These types of projects should be considered long-term investments. But once the Treasury contract gets to about 50% of total supply within its own wallet, and this is just based on Brew Labs price, not Shaman price, you would be looking at effectively a price point of around about, or price floor of a $16 million market cap, which means it can't go less than that. And that's for our particular token, 1.6 cents or thereabouts. Now, the journey from 50% to 99%, the token price at 99% for Brew Labs is $6,200 or thereabouts dollars per token. So the price starts to get really absurd in growth between 50 and 90. But that journey from, say, 0 to 50 is, where all the holders can get in, participate, the hype behind a rising price floor, the hype behind seeing the Treasury contract and its purchase power on a daily basis. We also combine the Treasury contract with a bot in your channel, so you will be able to see how much ETH is ready for each particular purchase every 24 hours. So it's a new concept, but it's quite powerful, and we're really excited to get this online for Shaman. It's going to be the first Ethereum project that has this concept in place.
Thank you so much, Maverick. That was a much better explanation than I could have done. I'm sure people have questions. We're just going to go through, we're going to finish off and go to the next part, which I've received a lot of questions on, which is the migration. And then once we're all done with that and we have it clear, staked away, we'll open the floor for questions. So how is the migration going to work? So you might have seen by now, we've posted, we've posted kind of a countdown clock to what the snapshot is. So the snapshot is going to be a point in time when Brew Labs will take a shot of the current price and current holder count and how many tokens are being held. That's set for April 6th at 7 p.m. It's very important to understand that any purchases after that time will not count towards the migration. This is to ensure that as the contract starts to go down and we start to drain the old contract and build in, people aren't trying to arb and buy up more tokens and receive more when they shouldn't. So that's kind of why we have this in place. Now, another thing to understand about the migration is to pivot back to my earlier point. Since we're lowering the supply down to 50 quads, you will be receiving less tokens. However, you will be receiving the same dollar value of your investment. So if you have $1,000 of Shaman as of the snapshot, you are going to receive $1,000 of the V2 contract. It's all going to be proportionate to the new supply. So I want everybody to understand that now, not to be alarmed. Your dollar value will be the same, but your token count will be lower. So now the next steps are, how are we going to process the migration? So as some of you may or may not know, we're going to have a period where we're asking everyone to send in their tokens, which will be up until April 9th at midnight, which I think is Saturday. We'll be putting a countdown clock on that. We know it's a bit of an inconvenience for the folks. So what we are doing is we will maintain a record of everybody who can accommodate this and send in the tokens. And we will maintain that record. And then after the launch, Tony and I will discuss about kind of sending out a bit of a thank you reward in some form, which hasn't been determined yet for the people that have helped us out with the migration. So, we wanted to do that initially. However, with the airdrop and with the sending of the tokens, we really only had about 6% of the supply remaining, and a majority is going to the staking pools. So, but please know that we are recording all this. We do have records of this. We will make sure that we do have some type of thank you and token of appreciation for the community for being so accommodating. So what's going to happen after everything's received? Well, between the 10th and the 12th, we will work with Brew Labs. We will be unwinding all the trades, all the tokens that we received back from the old contract. They'll be setting up the liquidity pools. We'll set up the airdrop, which will be done likely by the 12th, and then we will look to launch on the 13th. Now, exact time of the launch is unknown at this time. We will be discussing with Brew Labs, but we will be on the 13th. We will be providing an announcement both on Twitter and on Telegram with the new contract when everything is live, and we should be set to go from there. Maverick or Sire, did I leave anything out about the migration that may be important, or does that kind of cover it?
I might just quickly chime in and add, from a holder perspective, we've designed this whole process so you don't need to do anything. All you need to do is add the new contract address into your wallet once we've released it. So once your tokens arrive, you can see that your tokens in your wallet. But you will not need to undertake any tasks. You won't need to use a migration tool or go sign up anywhere or do anything like that. We want to try and make this process as streamlined and as user friendly as possible, and that means that making for the holders, for you guys just to sit back and just enjoy the process, just wait, get excited about the new offerings that are coming through with the relaunch. And when the time's ready, add that new contract address to your wallet, and you get your tokens in that proportionate value. And we just hit the launch button and fire away.
Great. Thank you so much, Sire. Maverick. I appreciate the help. Before we open to questions, Tony, is there anything you wanted to say to the community?
No, just how it usually is, straightforward. We appreciate you guys for sticking with us. We know this is hard times, and everything that we have going on. And I just want to say, I'm sure I'm not going to speak for Mike, but I'm sure he appreciates you guys as well. But yeah, we have a lot coming, and I'm happy that you guys are on this journey with us because we are literally just getting started here.
Thanks, Tony. And yes, you can absolutely speak for me when you say that. We do appreciate the support from the community. You've all been great. We know it's hard to kind of go through a migration, so we're doing our best to make this as easy and painless for you all as possible. So we do appreciate your support. I'll reiterate, I'm really excited about the project going forward in this new contract. It's really going to be big for the holders. It's going to be big for the project. It's going to allow us to grow this project, as far as we want to take it. So I'm very excited. So with that, I'll go ahead and start opening for questions. I'll bring you up one at a time. If you could just kind of, let me see who we got first. We'll go JB, Joseph Barrett. I think you were first. If I go out of order, I apologize. I don't know who came in when. You're up, Joseph.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing okay.
Good, thanks, mate.
Good. So my first question was, what are the percentage for the staking?
So we haven't determined that yet. It will be announced. Is it safe to say, Maverick, prior to the launch?
Yeah. So in terms of the staking returns, they are dynamic or variable is the best way to kind of explain how they work. We'll allocate a portion of total supply into the pool, and that supply will be diluted over the number of tokens or participants in that pool. So generally, it finds the APR will start quite high, and as people join the pool, it will dilute down. Now, the pools will run for 365 days. We've also built them in a way where the team can top up the pools by, as we've touched on, withdrawing from the Treasury, so that APR can be increased at any time during the duration of the pool if the team would like to do that by topping the totals, the reward supply up. Now, in most cases, staking pools generally, once you've got quite a bit of supply in them from the holders, will generally kind of find an equilibrium around about anywhere between, I would say, 18 to 25% APR. You do have the ability to compound your Shaman tokens as well within those pools, so you can take advantage of that. Being an Ethereum-based project, we probably recommend only compounding, once your rewards, exceed your gas costs. but we've built them in a way that you can maximize your, I guess, investment in the staking pool by means of, yes, compounding, and then also the team being able to top up the APRs. If you have a look at our Brew Labs staking domain, you'll get a bit of a rough idea about, what average APRs sit with most projects. So yeah, around about that 18 to 25%, I would say.
Okay, great. Another question I had was, what is the minimum for the airdrop? Or what is the minimum token that ones can hold to get the airdrop?
I can answer this one as well. I believe that we are doing the airdrops for the top 2,500 holders. So that's the top 2,500 holders. Any holders that exceed that position, they'll just have to get a manual transfer from the team. So there's a lot of dust wallets out there that, for the team, it isn't, I guess, economical for them to be airdropping tokens to those wallets that hold, very, very small amounts of the current token. So in most cases, the top 2,500, they will get all of their tokens airdropped. If you do not get your airdrop, all you'll need to do is just contact the team. The team will then do a manual transfer for you. And if you'd like to find out where you are in the holder list, you just need to go onto the block explorer, so Etherscan, duck over to the holders list of the current token, and you'll be able to view the top 1,000 holders. If you would like to check, if you're in the top 2,500, you will have to download the entire holder list, which you can do directly from Etherscan. It just comes out in like an Excel spreadsheet format. A CSV format that you can load into Google Sheets or Excel and a few other kind of like spreadsheet programs.
And we'll be able to contact the team via the Twitter account, official Twitter account, correct?
I think Twitter and Telegram, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony Mike?
Yes.
Yes, that's
I'm
correct.
sorry. Yes. I just want to get this out there, guys. It would be much appreciated if you guys are one of these top holders, which it would be appreciated to send them in, because the more liquidity we have, the more stability that we will have for our project. You know what I'm saying? So that is very important. That as much people who can send these in, that would be much appreciated, because it will bring more liquidity to our pool. And that's very important at the end of the day.
Okay, so how will that work if you don't get airdropped and you guys are launching on the 13th and somebody did not get airdropped? And they're holding those V1 tokens.
Yep. So if you're in the top 2,500, you will get an airdrop. If you do not receive your tokens by the launch date, that means you are not in the top 2,500 holders, and you need to contact the team. The team will then just transfer you the tokens. So you'll still have the value of the tokens with the relaunch. Just because you've got a smaller bag, it becomes less. When you're doing these large airdrops on Ethereum, it becomes less viable, as you get to the wallets that have smaller and smaller amounts. So the team will be just doing those one-off manual transfers to people who, are above and beyond that top 2,500 limit, or holder bag, sorry.
Right. So I guess my question was, on the launch date, obviously the price might get affected. So how will that be helping the people that did not get airdropped?
Because we're taking a snapshot on the 6th of the price and the wallet holders, and whatever the price is that day and whatever the value of your tokens is that day is what's going to be honored.
Okay, thank you.
And just to reiterate, if at the point of launch and you haven't received your tokens, it just means that you're not in the top 2,500 holders. It doesn't mean that you're not eligible to get your tokens. It just means you just have to contact that means you've probably got a small bag, so perhaps less than maybe $50 worth of the token, and you just need to contact the team. Because if they're airdropping, say, for example, a number of holders that only have $50 or less in their of value in their bag, the airdrop actually exceeds the cost or the total value of what they're dropping. So for the team, it's more viable for them to just do a regular transfer. But for all the bigger holders in this project with and the holders that this migration is going to probably affect the most, the people with the largest bags, all of this will be automated for you. It's just some of the guys who have smaller bags, unfortunately, due to cost, with airdrops and things like that, it's just much easier for the team to do a manual transfer.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Joseph. All right, let's go to Mac 500. And if I drop you down after you speak and ask your questions, please don't take offense. We just need to make room for the other speakers. Mac 500, you're up. Mac 500. Going once.
I think he's having trouble connecting.
Okay.
He or she.
All right, so hang tight. We'll come back to you. Let's bring up, again, I'm going out of order, so I apologize. Let's go to Aldo. Everyone will get up. I promise you, if I go out of order, please don't take offense, but you will get up to ask your question. Aldo, how you doing?
Hi guys, how you doing?
What's going on? How's everything?
I was listening. I believe Shaman said people have to send their tokens by April 9, and another gentleman said you don't need to do anything. You just need to import the new address into your wallet. So, like, I have my coins and my tokens in Trust Wallet. What should I do?
So
we suggest you. Sorry.
Go ahead, Tony. Nope, you go ahead.
Yeah, no, we suggest everyone who owns, I know, at least anything over $1,000 to send your tokens in. Basically, roughly around there, just because we want as much liquidity as possible. In order for us to have this liquidity, we need to then drain what we currently have in our liquidity pool, and then from there, we will use whatever is left over to then put into our new liquidity pool, and then whatever market cap that we are at when we take that screenshot, we will then start off our new contract with that same exact market cap, just a different liquidity to a ratio. Also, keep in mind, everybody, for the first 24, did we go over this yet, Mike?
Not yet, but we'll get to that part. I think his question was, though, like for the migration part. So that's the first part about sending the tokens. To receive the new tokens, I think what Maverick was saying is you don't have to go into a migration tool. All you'll have to do is we'll give you the contract address for the V2. You add that into your Trust wallet, and then you'll receive the tokens that way. That's what he meant by not having to do anything.
Oh, okay, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Yep, no problem, Aldo. Thank you.
Just to touch base on that, Aldo, as long as you're in the top 2,500 holders, you will get the airdrop. If you are not, and on the day of launch you haven't received your tokens, all you'll need to do is just send a quick message over to the team, let them know that you haven't got your airdrop. They can check your wallet address in the list of the entire hold list and just work out exactly how many tokens you're entitled to and just do a manual transfer across to you.
So I have like 4 wallets. I'm gonna go to see if I'm within the 2,500. But for the ones that they're not, what should I do? Should I like send 2 or 3 of the wallets to your Telegram customer support?
Yep. So if you can, or if you want to get ahead of the game and just go in there and just check where your wallets are positioned, that's perfect. All you'll need to do is just pop those wallet addresses over to the team directly and just say, hey, look, I know I'm not going to be eligible for the airdrop in these particular wallets. So you've got these on record, to transfer me these tokens. So that would be a great help if you can.
Where can I find the Telegram the Telegram support? Can you guys post
It's very
the link?
important that everyone knows we will never DM you first. There's no actual Telegram support. Just want to get that out there. We will never DM you first ever. So if you don't get something from someone in the Telegram that has admin under their name, or me or Mike, then it's not real. Do not fall for it, please, because there's a lot of scammers and they're getting better at what they're doing, and we want to prevent that from happening to you guys. So please do not, if someone sends you an address and says, hey, if you send it here you'll get so and so back, do not trust it. If it's not from me or Mike, then it's not real.
So can you guys please share the Telegram group with a link?
Yeah, Aldo, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a central place where people can send their requests, just to make it a bit easier. It'll be a place that it'll be either an email or something along those lines. That way we have a central place where everyone's requests are going to. It'll be posted to the official Shaman page as well as the Telegram. We should have that set up in the next 24 hours.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Jim. Jim, how you doing? Sure.
For example, if I'm in the top 2,500 holders, you guys want me to send the tokens to a wallet address, correct?
Correct. And then you'll be eligible for the airdrop, which will only thing you'll have to do on your side is we'll give you the new contract address. You'll add that to your wallet, and then sometime around the 12th before the launch, you'll get your airdrop tokens.
Perfect. Where and when will that wallet address be published?
We should have that, I'd say, within the next 24 hours or so. Is that fair to say, Tony? And Maverick, I think we have that set up, right? We should have that set up already.
Yeah, so the wallet address, Tony will have to create that one. But the actual contract, the Shaman contract, has been completed, and it'll be deployed shortly after we do the liquidity dump on Saturday. So between now and then, the contract address is just going to be sitting offline. We haven't deployed it. The file is ready. We're just going to wait for the right time. Obviously, we don't want to get the contract address out too early, just so we can avoid people exploiting the relaunch with bots and things like that. So we're just taking some measures there. But the Shaman team, Tony, will probably circulate that address so everyone can start, migrating or sending tokens to it. After this conversation, I think.
Yes, we will post it on the official Twitter, as well as we will get it out on the Telegram, so you guys are well aware. We also have press articles going out, so there's more than just our community who's going to know about our new relaunch. We want to get this out everywhere, as much as possible.
Gentlemen, thank you for answering my question. You can drop me down.
Sure thing, Jim.
Absolutely.
And just to touch on a point that Tony brought up before, one unique thing about the contract at launch is we kind of have measures in place. Obviously people concerned about people coming in to pump and kind of dump it on the first day. The first hour of the contract being launched, there's a 30% sell tax. Now, not a buy tax. The buy tax will be the original 10. But if anyone sells in the first hour, there'll be a 30% tax. And then for the next 23 hours after that, it will be a 25% sell tax. And then following that, it'll revert back to the 10%. This is just kind of a way to de-incentivize people from pumping and dumping it at the launch, which we've seen, or if bots get through or things like that. So it's just an added measure that Brew Labs put into the contract for the launch to kind of protect the project and the holders.
I think that helps answer the question for Jay, who was up here earlier, because he was wondering, since he wasn't able to get his tokens at the airdrop, would he be able to reach out in time within that 24-hour frame and be able to get his tokens allocated to him? I think that's what he was worried about, because the price could change. So I think that statement right there really helped him understand that he has at least 24 hours before people are able to dump on the charts.
Yep, good point, Gabe.
Yep.
All right, let's go to. I'm just going to go right down the list. Sorry, everyone, if you were
actually, Tony. Do you mind if I just say something really quickly? Is that all right? You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, guys. Just for those that that don't know me, so I actually work on Brew Labs as well, part of the core team. So I just wanted to mention. So I'm sure a lot of you are thinking about it. This is obviously a little bit of a process. It's going to be very easy for you all to do. But I just wanted to mention that part of the reason why Shaman has come to Brew Labs is specifically because we've been involved with exactly these kind of things before, where a project has decided to do a redeployment. So all the reasons that have already been mentioned, this is going to be a really good thing. But what I wanted to just, I guess, stress is that as long as you follow the instructions as provided by the Shaman team, you'll be completely fine. So from a Brew Labs perspective, we come at this with our own, professional backgrounds, like, the contract itself. We have some of the strongest contract engineers in the entire space. We have about, I think it's 7 software engineers at the moment. So the contract we are rebuilding, we would say it's cutting edge. So basically this new contract that you're getting with Shaman, it truly is next level. So, and that's also why they've come to us, right? So, they could have just done it themselves. They could have just, basically gone out there and, hired someone and built a contract. But no, they've come to Brew Labs with like a solid team. There's a different experience you get when you come to Brew Labs. So I guess I just wanted to, give that as a little bit of comfort. We've done this before. We deploy contracts all the time. So follow the steps, follow the process. They'll be available to answer, the questions as said. And we're there to support them every step of the way. So if anything, if I was you all, I'd be getting, I guess, quite excited because this new contract is really going to be quite awesome. So anyways, I'll hand it back to the Shaman team just to go through with questions. But I did just want to reaffirm that because, like I said, Brew Labs, it's what we do. Yeah. So this whole process that you're going to be going through, it's structured, it's coordinated, and it's been very well planned. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Sire, for that. And like I mentioned earlier in the call, the best part about kind of working with Brew Labs is they tailor-made it. What we said is we wanted a contract that was beneficial about the project and the holders. And I think we're going even above and beyond that, to be honest with you. The more I look into the details of this and understand the workings of everything we explained tonight, the more excited I get about the V2 and for the future of the project and what we're going to provide for the holders. So I'm very appreciative of Brew Labs. I mean, it's been very personal. We've had many conversations. They've been very thorough in their details. And it's going to reflect in our project in the future. So I hope you're all getting as excited as I am because I'm pretty pumped up. Let's go over to Deonti.
Hey, Shaman family, and I gotta always do it for the team. Been there for a while, but I actually had a question. And Shaman King, I actually sent you a DM and to see if the amount that I have is eligible for airdrop at the moment. Because I know I think you guys said you're doing the airdrop, or not the airdrop, but the screenshot tomorrow. And also just to confirm, wallet address will be put out and we send it to that wallet address. But as long as we import the new contract, which you guys will be releasing, the airdrop should come in, correct?
Correct. That's correct. So yeah, so a couple of things, right? You can always check on Etherscan. You can look up the current contract address for Shaman. You can go there and paste in your address or search in the top 2,500 holders to see if you're there, right? So if you are there, right, you'll send in your tokens to the address, which we will provide within the next 24 hours, probably sooner. And then on, sometime around the 12th, all you'll have to do is add the new contract to your wallet and it'll be airdropped to you. Now, let's just say you're not in the let's say you're number 2501, right? What you'll do is you'll just have to reach out to the Shaman team. You'll show us your wallet address. We'll confirm what you're holding and the value that you're holding at the time of the snapshot. And we will go ahead and send a manual kind of transfer to your wallet.
Okay, so now I'm still kind of new with the wallet. So I have a Coinbase wallet. Which address am I actually screenshotting and sending if I need to get an airdrop back? Is it the receive or is it the send?
You actually don't have to screenshot anything. What ends up happening is they end up going to Etherscan. They'll take a snapshot of the actual wallets and actually everybody who holds, and then that way we'll know where the top 2,500 holders are. And then after the redeployment of the new contract, then those top 20 or top 2,500 holders will be airdrop those tokens. So yeah, you don't have to do any like screenshots or anything like that. The only thing you'll have to do if you fall within the top 2,500 holders is just send in your tokens to the address that Tony has put out.
Okay, that sounds good. So in order for me to be able to see if I'm in the top 2,500, which contract address do I need to be looking for as far as like on my behalf on how to know the difference between the addresses on the wallet?
So you'll take the Shaman contract that's currently out right now. You'll take that to Etherscan. You'll input it into Etherscan, you'll click under, once it pulls up, you'll click under holders. And then underneath the holders, if you don't fall within the top 1,000, then at the very bottom in the right-hand corner, there's a thing called export CVS file, or I think that's what it's called, CVS file. You'll click on that, and then that will actually give you a download of like basically an Excel spreadsheet that will allow you to see what holder you fall underneath. So once you pull up that Excel folder, you'll actually go to the sort option, and then you'll click sort, and you'll sort it by ascending or descending, whichever one. I think it's ascending though. So you'll sort it by ascending, and then that'll tell you what number you actually fall under as far as the top 2,500 holders.
Okay, thank you. That's all. I'll go ahead and drop down. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming up. All right, let's go to XRP Para. Looks like XRP is still trying to connect. Okay, let's go to, while we're waiting for that, let's go to Beard Gang. Beard Gang, are you there?
Yeah, hello, mate. Just a quick one for me. So let's just say, for example, I just need to get this straight in my head. So if at one point my investment was $500, now it's worth $100, is that the amount of tokens, the value of the tokens that I'm going to receive back? Thank you.
That's correct. So at the time of the snapshot, which will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, whatever the dollar value of your tokens are the dollar value you're going to receive back. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're reducing the supply drastically from 1,000 quads to 50 quads. So you're going to receive less tokens, but you are going to receive the same dollar value at the time of the snapshot.
Yeah, nice one. I'll drop myself down. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Thanks for coming up. Let's go to Sir Crypto. Sir Crypto, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good.
So I've had a couple people ask me about the SataMask wallet, and they were trying to transfer out of SataMask into a different wallet because they thought that they couldn't get the new contract in SataMask. And I was telling them to at least talk to you guys before they start moving stuff around, wasting money. Can you go into that a little bit and let us know if it's the contract?
Yeah, you want me to cover that, Mike? Because I can handle that real quick.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if you guys have imported a SataMask wallet where you've actually received a seed phrase from that, you can actually take that seed phrase and import it into like a trust wallet without actually having to swap or transfer anything. And then those tokens would show up in that new wallet. Remember that all of your funds are held on the blockchain and not actually in that individual wallet, such as SataMask. So as long as you take that seed phrase, you put it into a different wallet, you would then have it on that other wallet, such as Trust Wallet or SafePal Wallet, whichever one you choose to use. And from there, then you can make the transaction of sending it to the other wallet that Tony would require you guys to send your token allocation into.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, I'm just going right in order. Let's go to Malik. Malik, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you fine.
Awesome. A question for you guys. When I'm looking, so say you were a holder like back when this first launched, or in the beginning of time of the project, and you had a bag of maybe like what 5,000, whatever the case may be, and that bag obviously had dropped off based on the price, or based on the price. Like, is there any incentive, like, or any way that you guys are going to be able to look out for the people who's been in the project for so long and they've been holding and not really adding to anything, but just holding, promising, thinking like this things will turn out, and as things are, is there any incentive to look out? Hey, this person's been in the project for XYZ amount of weeks or months, like, and instead of like someone who may have jumped into the project maybe like last month and they have a bigger bag now, but obviously the person who started initially, their bag has gone down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something Tony and I can discuss. Look, obviously we appreciate everybody who's held on for as long as they have. Like we said, anybody sending in tokens, we're going to have a record of that. Try to come up with some type of incentive or thank you to them for being loyal to Shaman and kind of accommodating that. We don't have anything determined at this time, but I can assure you that's something that Tony and I will discuss extensively.
Awesome, yeah, because I think that would really, I think people would appreciate that since who's been with you guys for a while, holding through the storms and has just jumped on ship in the last week or a month or so. You know what I mean?
Yep, no, I understand. We can certainly take that away, and I can talk with Tony about that offline.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. That's my only questions.
All right, thanks, Malik. Before we go on, I got my brother in here from another mother. Crypto Alert, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man? How's it going, everybody? Gabe and the crew from Brew Labs, also Tony. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's up, brother? What's going on? How you doing?
Doing good, brother.
Doing well, thanks, mate.
Awesome.
Hello, Crypto Alert.
Man, quick question for the Blue Labs team. I was wondering, is there any possible chance that you guys can come up with anything that can actually block like transaction on the old contract address? Because like we all know that CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko will now be able to take out that contract address at the time of the launch, because it's going to be something like will be very crazy on that day of launch. A lot of people will be trying to get into this project, and if there is anything that can be done for transaction not to go through in the old contract, so everybody can be able to get into the new contract. I'm talking about the new buyers, and also I don't know if you guys already addressed this about on the after the snapshot will be taken. There are some smart people that will want to act up, like going in when liquidity is very low to pick up some position of the old contract and act as if they had it for a minute. I don't know if you guys already addressed that part, but I was just wondering if there is anything in place for that.
Yeah, no worries. I can help answer this one. So in relation to the existing contract, the Shaman Inu contract, unfortunately, due to that contract being renounced, there is no way that we can adjust or restrict any trading on that particular contract. What will happen though is after the liquidity dump occurs, the price will reduce drastically. Price per token. So, you might have people that, as you mentioned, might come in after the fact and, buy some tokens and potentially go and, approach the team to get a top up or to get, what they believe they are entitled to. But the issue is that the snapshot would have already been taken at that point, and anyone who's trying to buy tokens after the dump, after the snapshot, they're not eligible to get the new contract address or the new tokens. So the team will be, and going through this, like people, this does happen during these launches. People do buy after the fact and then try and get tokens in the new contract. But given that every transaction that takes place is all available and transparent on the open ledger, so the Etherscan, we'll be able to double check every person's direct claim if they are coming to us to request tokens that have missed out on the airdrop. So we will be doing our due diligence on each person who contacts us to request tokens if they haven't been airdropped. So yeah, there are measures in place to stop that from happening, because we would hate for the current holders to lose out by means of other people trying to exploit this relaunch. So you can rest easy to know that we've got procedures that are designed specific for these types of scenarios.
All right, thank you so much. That is what I was just wondering to ask, just because you know how it is. We have so many smart people that think they are smarter than everyone. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate you guys for having plans in place for that. And but if there's anything that we can actually do to like maybe restrict any which way of buying into the old contract after the new launch, I don't know, but I'll maybe if I get anything, I'll communicate to either Gabe or Tony or Mike to see whatever the thing that can be implemented to ensure that people don't go into the old contract. Because if you look at some other project that was deployed, and stuff, people still mistake the old contract for the new one, and end up buying the wrong thing instead of the right contract. So, but appreciate you guys, and you guys keep the good work going.
Yeah, there is one thing that the team can potentially do, and that's contact CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and request a delisting of the current token after the dump has occurred, the liquidity dump has occurred. That's potentially something that can happen. CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, they get probably thousands of requests per day, so they might not be able to action it straight away, but perhaps maybe they might be able to get it done before we launch the new token.
Yep, that's a good idea. Thanks, Crypto Alert, for the questions, and Brew Labs for the suggestion. We can certainly explore that, because the last thing we want is anybody buying the old contract once we've migrated. That won't be beneficial to you, and it'll just be a real headache for you. Let's go over to Ginger. You've been here for a while. I apologize for making you wait. Ginger, are you there?
On exchanges like Enlo Bank, should they like fold their arms and do nothing? And if yes, are exchanges also going to relaunch the same day, the same 13th of this month?
So with the exchanges, right? So as you know, when you buy on an exchange, you don't actually own the tokens. You only own the contract. So what's going to happen is we're going to work with the exchanges to provide the liquidity and also the updated contract, and they will fix things on the back end on their side, which should result in a reflection of you having the V2 in your holding. So you should not have to do anything if you're on, say, an L Bank or a Hotbit or Bitmart or any of the other exchanges that we're listed on. As far as communications with the exchanges, Tony, where are we with that?
Yes, we're currently in talks with every exchange, such as BKX, Hotbit, Cytomask, as well as L Bank. Just for everyone who's not aware, we're also sent that payment for our last exchange, which is going to be our 5th exchange, which we agreed to, guys. By the time we go live on both iOS and Android with our Mortal Kombat based game, we will have 5 exchanges. As we know, we continuously deliver, and that will never stop. And that's really what it's about at the end of the day. You want continuously on time delivery, and that's what we will continuously do for you guys.
So I think Ginger's question was, will the exchanges be ready at the day of the launch?
Will they be ready at the day of launch? I don't like to give exact information if I'm not 100% accurate on it, but I will say once we inject the liquidity, it should, prolong a couple days after. I don't want to say right away because I don't know that answer. And like I said, I don't really like giving exact 100% accurate information if it's not up to par.
Yeah, so that's a takeaway for us, Ginger. What we'll do is we'll communicate with the exchanges. Tony will continue that communication. And once we have a firm final answer to that, we'll make sure that we post it to both the Shaman page and Twitter and in Telegram as well.
But yes,
Mike,
we will make sure to, get those out for you, get them out for everyone, inject the new liquidity into our exchanges. And then from there, you guys will be good to go. Add on that contract address, and then you have the new V2 tokens from there.
Can I just mention something? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, just with the way exchanges work with relaunches, generally the process is, as part of the airdrop, their hot wallet, which is the exchange wallet, will also receive the tokens as through the airdrop process. And then it's just a matter of the team contacting the exchanges and saying, hey, look, we're relaunching. What will essentially happen is the existing pair that's trading right now will be closed. The liquidity in terms of the USDT or whatever the current pair is paired with, USDT or Ethereum, will be migrated across to the new token contract. and the new pair will start trading. Now, there is generally also a fee that the exchanges charge for that migration, so that'll be something that the team will need to obviously discuss with the exchanges directly. But the actual process of the exchange receiving the tokens, that will occur during the airdrop process, and then it'll just be some administrative tasks internally in that exchange that will need to make the switch from the current pair to the new incoming pair.
Okay, so should I like stay safe and feel as if my money is okay, like it's still safe? Because Shaman is one of my biggest holding on Elo Bank because I believe so much in the project. So should I just feel like nothing is going on, like it's all safe, my money is safe for the VT relaunch?
Yes, you'll be fine. Once, like we said, as Brew Labs said, once the airdrop continues, one of the wallets is going to be the exchanges. It's going to be, like I said, you do not hold the tokens on the exchange, you hold the contract. Once everything is updated on their end, it's going to reflect accordingly on your end.
All right then, because I was kind of planning to sell off and just hold my money, and when the V2 comes out, I buy in back. But since you said it's safe, I'll just leave it then.
Can I give you an example of what it'll look like in your wallet when it's on L Bank? So what'll end up happening is that they will pause trading on it, and so you'll get like that notification that says not tradable, and it's only not tradable until they swap out the contract on their end. Once that contract gets swapped out, the dollar amount will be updated and the token allocation will be adjusted, and then you'll be able to trade it once it goes live on their network. So that's just kind of how it works for you guys. All right.
All right, I appreciate
You're
the.
welcome.
All right.
All right, let's go, Dr. Crypto. Dr. Crypto, how you doing?
Tony and Shaman King, Mike. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about this relaunch, and I would like to know the process. Are we going to get the airdrop, or how you guys are planning this thing? Because I have some Shaman, and I would like to know.
Sure. So the way it's going to work is the airdrop is going. So between the 6th and the 9th of this week, we're asking all the holders who are not holding on exchanges. So if you're holding in, say, Trust Wallet or Coinbase Wallet, we'll provide an address to send your old tokens in. And then what we will do over the succeeding 2 days is we will drain the old contract, and in conjunction with Brew Labs, we'll airdrop the tokens to the wallets with the new address. Now, in order to be eligible for the airdrop on the 12th, you'll have to be in the top 2,500 holders. If you do not receive your tokens from the airdrop, then you just reach out to the Shaman team, and we'll initiate a manual transfer to your wallet.
So you mean we need to send our tokens, right? Or those who want to send?
We're encouraging everybody to send. It will help provide the necessary kind of support for draining and relaunching the new contract. Obviously, we can't force anyone to do anything, but that would be very much appreciated. And those that do send in the tokens, we will have a record of everybody who sent it in. And then post-launch, Tony and I will discuss some type of kind of thank you and sign of appreciation to give back to those who did send in. Haven't determined anything solid at this point, but it is something that we have spoken about. We do agree that that's something that we'd like to give back to the people who helped us out.
Yes, absolutely. And think of it like this, guys. If we have right now, we're at a 4 million market cap. If say 15% of those people send their tokens in, we'll have less liquidity. It'll be easier for us to grow, but on the other hand, it will also be, our price will be stabilized, but not as it would be if everyone sent their tokens in. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking to have people send their tokens in if they own $200 worth, $300 worth. We're talking like feeling like $1,000 or more, it would definitely be much appreciated, just because, it'll be easier for us to inject more liquidity into the new contract.
Okay. I see.
But yes, once again, exactly what Mike said. We can't tell you guys what to do. Just know at the end of the day, that's what is going to be best for our project.
And will we? You say between 6 and 9, right? So when exactly are you guys relaunch that is going to happen?
So we're going to get an address out, a wallet address, within the next 24 hours for the community. It'll be posted to Twitter and Telegram. And then as of, midnight, Saturday night, April 9th, that'll kind of be the expiration date or the cutoff time to send in tokens.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to give a 72-hour window. We think that that's plenty. That should be enough time for us to kind of get the messaging out, make sure it's circulated. I'll be all over Twitter and Telegram, communicating the address out as much as possible to make sure that people are aware. If there's any questions, do feel free to reach out.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Crypto.
Hey, Mike, real quick. Will the snapshot of the current wallet be taken first before the sending, or the sending will be done regardless? I just want to know because there is a sending tax that comes with it. So if the snapshot is already taken, so it gives us a total number of what individually people are holding before they start sending, because of the taxes that will be attached to it. So I just want to know that fact.
I might answer that question if that's okay. So we'll talk about the ideal time for the snapshot to be taken following, I would say, this. This is obviously the first session that we're having. We'll send out some more, written instructions on more solid dates and times. But tentatively, we've spoken about that send in between the 6th and the 9th. So we'll let you guys know exactly when that snapshot's been taken. We just want to make sure that if it is taken prior to anyone sending, obviously we've got that information going out. But if it is taken after everyone has sent in tokens, then we will just do some, administration on working out who sent what when, and then apply the transfer tax to the total amount of tokens that was sent.
Yeah, it almost makes sense, and correct me if I'm wrong, Maverick, is to get the snapshot first and then have everybody start sending it in. Does that make sense?
Generally speaking, yeah, that's what we advise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, basically that's what I was driving at. That it would be wise to first, take the snapshot before the sending.
Yeah, we'll take the snapshot and then we'll be like, gates are now open, send in tokens from this point on. And then obviously from then on, we'll know.
Yeah, Dr. Crypto here. Regarding the sending, I have some bad experience with this sending stuff, because this is the typically what scammers they use. But I want you guys to make sure that this address you publish this where we should send our tokens, and to make sure that the community is aware, because scammers take advantage of this kind of situation, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll be sure to communicate it well in advance and continuously over the period of when we start and up until when it's finished.
Hey, Mike, what about the first day that you guys go to do that? Why don't you guys hold the space for like a few hours or something, so that way people would be able to enter your space and be able to grab that actual address? That could probably help a lot of people on Twitter, at least.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, let's go over to Thor Hammer.
So I have a couple of questions. One, probably, I don't know if so my question is, since Brew Labs is, kind of taking or part of the contract in some way, shape, or form, is it going to be part of like the CURDIC certification? Like, will it be certified by them? And then also as far as tokens, so if I was to take my tokens and put them on LBank, would it be easier to swap them out without me having to do nothing? Just in case I'm not in that top 2,500. Yeah, I guess those are my two questions.
Yeah, so on the second part, I mean, look, you obviously have the option to send them to your wallet on LBank and then just allow it to process through the exchange. If that's something that you feel more comfortable with, that's perfectly, that would probably work just fine. As far as the audits part, Tony, I know you were in contacts with that. Do you have any updates on that? Tony, are you there? All right, you might be having some connection issue, Thor. So just hang tight. We'll see if we can get that question answered for you. But yeah,
Okay.
like I said, if you want to get it, if you feel more comfortable not having to go through the sending and the migration, you could send it to LBank and it could be done, there. I mean, that's definitely an option.
Sorry, guys, I disconnected there. I might be able to answer that question. Sorry, Thor, if you're able to just ask it again.
So as far as the certification or whatever it is, the auditing is like a big deal apparently in the space when contracts get checked off by Certic. And I went to the Brew Lab website and it seems like it's kind of part of that. So I just want to know if I'm mistaken or if Shaman would actually fall under that umbrella, or it's not. If that's not the case, or if it is the case.
Yep, absolutely. So in relation to the way Certic works, it's basically an independent auditing firm. They've got their own token as well. They're essentially the leaders in the space when it comes to contract security, logic, checking. Basically, if anyone wants a contract audited, there are many projects out there that do auditing, us included, but Certic are recognized as the leaders. So a lot of the contracts that we build for many of our teams have been audited by Certic. Our own contract's been audited by Certic. The contract for the new Shaman token, the team for Shaman will probably at some point get the code audited by Certic. It is an expense, for the team to cover a general audit on a smart contract from Certic is around about 25,000 USD. So the team may opt to do that, shortly after the project. But we would certainly recommend getting audits done on code, as often as possible. It's really important that that security component is checked off. But if it's any, security, for the holders out there, our code gets audited in most projects by Certic, including our own. So we're confident with what we're putting together. But to get that stamp of approval, that's something that we would recommend the team consider shortly after launch or when the time comes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your answer.
It's all good.
Yep. Thanks, Thor. Appreciate it. Let's go to.
Hey, also, Mike, can I say something to Thor?
Yeah, please.
So
do.
all of our contracts that we build, actually, they do go through an audit from a different developer inside of our team as well. So it will have like somewhat of an internal audit, but some people don't like that idea, right? Or that concept. So we always recommend a third party give an audit as well. I hope that answers your question as well. Because I think that's what you were tying. You were tying that we are auditors in the crypto space as well.
In a sense, but also just like that third party, like Brew Labs stepping in and they're kind of handling the contract as well. And like, I guess if they, but he explained it. It's basically it's a there's a process to get certified. So
perfect.
Yeah, no, it's a great question too. I mean, and to your point, like it's just another set of eyes on it, right? Independently of the people who kind of structured the contract. So it's certainly a fair
So
question.
we also sorry.
We always recommend that.
Sorry, remember. Yes. So just so you guys are also well aware, the individuals who are the first individuals that we've been in talks with for about 3 to 4 months, who's going to be doing our marketing campaign. they're also doing an audit for us, just so there's more and more comfortability. So you guys can see that, as well as we want to get a tech rate audit. Maybe a few days into our relaunch, as well as I just reached out to Certic. So we want to get as many audits as possible, but we also want to use our funds as allocated as smart as possible.
Thanks,
Thank
Tony,
you,
for
Tony.
that insight.
Hey everyone, just a quick one from the Brew Labs side. So we actually do have to go to another client AMA, because that's what we do. We work with many clients, and Shaman is obviously one of our key clients at the moment, but we do have to drop off probably in the next 5 minutes. So I was just thinking, if anyone had any specific questions for Brew Labs, that may be good just to have that focus, because as I say, we are the ones that are building the contract, and then everything else is obviously, with our guidance, but being managed by the Shaman team. So yeah, just wanted to kind of just say that. So if there were any questions specifically for Brew Labs, we will all have to be dropping off in 5 minutes. That's all. So
Yeah, we also for sure appreciate you guys coming up in here and explain to the community. That means a lot to us, and I'm sure it means a lot to the community as well, because as we know, we want what is best, and we want our community to feel comfortable in their investments. And as we know, transparency is key in this space.
Yeah, Dr. Crypto here. I have a question for Brew Lab. I know that you guys have inside several developers who, depending on how busy others are, some develop the contract. But I guess actually you have already internal quality control done, right? Because you yourself, you are also you audit contracts, right? So maybe this time it's because you cannot write and be the auditor yourself, right? That's why these Tonys are going to go for another external audit, right?
yeah,
Correct.
yeah, exactly right. So basically, we do recommend that all of our clients go to a third party. I actually have ex-KPMG audit experience. So when you get external comfort, over your contract build and everything like that, that's obviously really, we always do recommend it, but we do have very established internal procedures, because as said, we do audits. So, sometimes they say that the most harsh critic is yourself, right? So when we go through our own contracts, we're obviously intimately aware of how they work. And, they have also been audited multiple times before, whether it be by Certic or other audit firms as well. So every single build that we do comes with that past history in regards to the audits. But yes, us ourselves as well, we also put it through a lens, and we do an audit of our own contract. But that's why we do recommend just that third party, comfort, so that, you can then also have that just to say that somebody else has checked it, right? That's always additional comfort. And when you're going to a new contract and this redeployment, obviously what you all want as a community to have an even better contract than what you currently have, right? You want this to be superior, and that's what we offer, and that's what the audit externally will say as well.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, guys. So anybody that I've called up, if you have a specific question for Brew Labs, please put your hand up. I want to prioritize those, and then any questions we have for kind of Tony and myself, we can go after that.
I might also just quickly add that our staking pools are currently or in the process of being audited by Certic. So we've got the report back from there. There's no critical or any security security findings or anything like that. So they're all looking pretty good. So we'll get that across to the public as well within the next few days. That audit report from Certic.
Hey, Mike, Tony, and Gabe, and the Brew Labs. I just want to say appreciate you guys for having me. I gotta take a leave. I gotta be in a meeting real quick. Love you guys, and all the best to the holders and also the team. God bless. Bye bye.
God bless.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Always appreciate your support, brother. Thank you. All right, let's go to Crypto
Much love, brother.
Tweet. Crypto Tweet, did you have a question for
Yeah,
Brew
sure.
Labs?
Hi, Mike and Tony, Brew Labs. So there are two questions I have. One is, let's say if the holder has, let's say, less than $500 or $600 worth of it. So if we don't send it, so what happens? The tokens.
So it's all going to go based. It's going to go based upon the where you are in the holder count, right? So as we noted, we're going to do an airdrop for the top 2,500 holders. So that means you'll send in your tokens. If you're in the top 2,500, we'll process an airdrop. You'll add the new contract to your wallet, and then you'll automatically receive the tokens. Anybody who's outside the top 2,500 holders, generally they're a lot smaller wallets. They can reach out to the Shaman team. We'll be setting up a specific kind of email or portal for you guys to put your request in, and we'll initiate a manual transfer of the tokens. Now,
So
just
that,
to note, so everybody knows, right? We're reducing our supply from 1,000 quads to 50 quads. So you're not going to receive the same token amount, but you're going to receive the same dollar value as the time of the snapshot that we take over sometime around the 6th.
so you're saying, let's say, so everybody has to send a token. Is that mandatory? That's what my question was. Let's say if you let's say $200 worth of it, do we have to send it, or like how does this process works? Let's say if
I mean,
I'm like
we're
3,000 holder or something.
yeah, I mean, we're encouraging it. You know, it's certainly going to help us process the unwind of the old contract. You know, if you have like a much smaller wallet, then at the end of the day, it's probably not beneficial to send it in. No, like I said, we can't force anyone to do anything, but we encourage it if you are within, at the very least, the top 2,500 holders.
Right. If we don't send
Sorry.
it, what happens? My question was that one.
I guess
Sorry,
I guess
both.
the question would be the more tokens that get sent in, the more easy it is to make sure that we withdraw more of the liquidity. So obviously, the less tokens that get sent in, then the less liquidity that could potentially be dropped out, which could then in turn, I don't want to say hurt the project by any means necessary, but it would make the liquidity less volume. So that, in a sense, could make everybody's, it harder to match dollar for dollar.
Right. I got that point, Gabe. I mean, I was trying to ask, let's say if I have like $100 worth of it, so is it worth to send it to you, or like that $200 is lost? That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
understand. I understand what this. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh,
Matt,
I was just
go
going to
for it.
say, so, guys, we will have to jet from the Brew Labs team, myself and Sire. I'm not sure if Gabe might stick around a little bit longer, but we just wanted to say
Yeah, I'll stay for you guys.
big thanks to the Shaman community for joining us today. If you do have any technical questions about the migration, please reach out to the team for Shaman, or anyone at Brew Labs. We're happy to discuss with you what the steps are. But we look forward to the coming days and the relaunch of Shaman, and in particular the strength of that Treasury contract. So very, very powerful tool to have in the Shaman arsenal for the relaunch. So thanks again to Mike and Tony, and we'll speak very soon, guys.
Yes, thank you guys for your support. Crypto Tweet, to your point, if it's $100 and you don't send it in, it's not lost. You can reach out to the Shaman team. If it's a small amount, we can handle it. It just won't be part of the airdrop, right? But it'll have to be, after all that's processed. So we will be setting up. We will be setting up a portal for people to send in. Kind of the process at a high level without really writing it down is you'll send us the address. We'll confirm your holdings as of the snapshot. Whatever the dollar value was at that time is the dollar value you're going to receive back. Does that make sense?
Got it. So in respect of it, we need to contact, I mean, let's say if less than, if it is above 2,500 holder, we definitely need to contact whether you send it or not.
If you're outside of that and it's a smaller wallet, then yeah, you'll need to contact us. If it's within the 2,500, we recommend that you send it in because, to Gabe's point, it protects kind of the liquidity of the project because we'll maintain it. We'll be able to redeploy it into the new contract. It's just better overall for the launch.
Got it. Another basic question, like I was trying to see the Etherscan, I was searching for Shaman, it came up, and then I'm not able to see that holder. Is there a way process to do that, or?
Yeah, so if you go there and you search the Shaman contract, if you scroll down, there should be a bunch of tabs you could click on, and then there's holders, like kind of towards the middle of the page. If you click on that, then there should be an
see except the holders tab. Usually I see the holders tab, but for this one I just see only transactions and internal transactions. Other tabs are there, but
so what I would recommend then, it might be the wrong address. So go to like CoinMarketCap and search for Shaman, and then from there you can click on the Etherscan link, and then that'll bring you to the direct one. That's a way of knowing that you're going to the right page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try that.
And then you can also export it you can export a CSV file.
Right,
That'll
right.
kind of
I know. That process. Yeah, that process I know it. But some
okay,
of them
good.
directly I see it, but for some reason this one I'm not able to see it. Let me try different
Okay.
way then. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, cool. No, appreciate it. Thank you. Dr. Crypto, you had another question?
Well, I think you guys have answered it through some other people questions.
Okay, good to know. Thanks. Let's go over to Eric Markham. Eric, how you doing?
Hey, good guys. How y'all doing?
Doing good tonight.
Hey man, y'all already answered my question.
Oh,
I was
good.
just I only had like $50 worth, 11 trillion coins, and I was just wondering if it would be feasible to send them to you guys, because the ETH gas will probably cost more than what it's
right. Yeah, and that's also, you brought up a good point. That's why we're only airdropping up to a certain amount, because to your point, on both sides, at what point does sending it in become less qualified?
Right. That'll work, man. I do appreciate it.
All right, Eric. Thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's go over to Twan. How you doing, Twan?
Hi, how you doing, Mike? How are you doing, Tony?
Good.
Hey, hi, Gabe. Hey, yeah, quick question. Can you give me a general idea, because I never used Etherscan before? So, is there any way that you can tell me like general, like a token count for the top 25? I mean, the 2,500 holders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Gabe. You want to take it?
Yeah. Let me do this for you. So let's say, for
100
instance,
trillion. Yeah, let's say the last wallet of the 25th. I mean the 25.
well, obviously the
wallet.
wallet. So the thing is, the wallet numbers are going to change depending on like the day, because obviously people are going to continue to buy or sell Shaman today, right? So
Okay.
obviously that's going to continue to change. So the best bet for you to do is to go to CoinMarketCap, type in Shaman King, grab that contract, right? Once you grab that contract address, you will go to Etherscan. You'll enter that contract address and click search. Now, once you click search, it'll say token tracker on the right hand side, and it'll say Shaman King Inu Shaman, right? It's at the very top. So you'll click on that, and once you click on that, it'll say transfer holders info dex trades. All you'll do is click on the holders.
Okay.
All right. And now once you scroll down, obviously this token amount that they're going to show you is the top 1,000 holders, right, of Shaman. So if you click on the very last page, you'll see that it only shows the 1,000. Now, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, not of the very page, but to that white listing after it says 1,000 holders, there will be a thing that says download CSV export.
CSV export. Okay.
Yep, you'll click that button, and what that'll do is it'll pull up like an Excel spreadsheet. And now once it pulls up the Excel spreadsheet, you can actually sort that by ascending order. So it'll give you the token amounts in actual value of who owns what. So I believe on this contract, the null address is the number one holder at this point, which is like 000, and then it has like the address at the back. And then obviously, so I will scroll down and I'll just kind of give you a general idea. I took this like maybe like 25 minutes ago, so it obviously could have changed. But the last 2,500 holder on this, the amount that they had was roughly, here we go, 2,500. So 1, 2, 3 million, thousand, million, trillion. So about 35 billion. Roughly, give or take, and I could be wrong because I'm trying to count these quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
What was
3.
it, bro? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
1, 2, 3. Maybe it's 3 billion. Is it 3 billion? Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it might be trillions.
So we got hundreds, thousands, millions, 354 billion. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, without it in front, I'd have to check, but yeah, we'd have to double check it. But Yeah, like to Gabe's point, up until the point when we take the snapshot, the holder count's going to change. So, you'll like I say, you'll be able to kind of go to Etherscan and refresh that, and it'll update automatically as the values change a bit.
Okay, yeah, I just want a general idea. Okay, so I'm way above that. So, okay, I'm top 25. Cool.
That's what's up. See, there
All
you go.
right, that's what's up.
Mike, do you remember the amount that the top 2,500 held of the token supply altogether? Do you remember what that number was?
I don't. I can export it real quick while the questions are going on and see if I can give a rough amount. Give me a couple minutes on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was just wondering, because I'm pretty sure the reason why we put the cutoff around like the top 2,500 is because those were the holders that actually held the largest portion of the actual token supply, to where when it was looked at towards like how much money was in the liquidity pool and then how much token supply they held, that was going to give us the best removal point, right? To where we could remove the most liquidity and still have room to play with, so we can continue to pull more and more out of it. Because obviously, as we're pulling out of it, and even if people try to buy in at the time that we're removing the liquidity, obviously that's going to go into the liquidity pool, and then we'll end up pulling that as well. You know what I mean? So it can end up helping the project in a sense if people try to be nefarious at that point. But at the same time, I believe that token amount was large enough to where we could remove the majority of that liquidity without having any issues.
Yeah, great. I understand. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
You're
Tom.
welcome.
Let's go to Colorado Crypto and then Lady Hope.
What's up, guys? So most of my questions got answered already with the whole state of mass thing. So my main thing was, this will be completely set up for everybody that's in it already before we relaunch, correct?
From SataMask, you mean, as far as having the new contract?
No, I mean, as we're, sending the coins and doing everything we have to do, everything will be in place for all of us holders before this relaunches.
Okay, so basically, we don't want to like tell you guys, hey, you guys are all gonna get your airdrops right away, but you guys are all going to, get your airdrops within the next. What do you say, Gabe? How long do you think
it's going to be? So the airdrops are going to, Gabe, correct me if I'm wrong, the airdrops are going to take place likely a day before the actual launch, right? I think that was part
Correct.
of the timeline,
Correct.
right? So generally,
the airdrops will happen before the launch.
Right, exactly. The airdrops will happen before the launch. If you're outside the 2,500 holders, we're going to set up a portal where you guys can submit your wallets. We'll go ahead and confirm the dollar value of the holdings at the time of the snapshot, and then the Shaman team will send you the equivalent dollar value back to your wallet.
Okay, Gabe. Yeah, that was the actual question. I just want to make sure we're set up so we benefit from the launch. The holders already in there. Oh, man.
Yep. Yeah. Like I said, if you're part of the 2,500 in the airdrop, you'll get them before the launch. If you're not part of the airdrop, you just reach out to the team. We'll go ahead and accommodate you with an equal dollar value at the time of the snapshot.
All right. Thanks, Gabe.
You got it. Lady Hope, how you doing?
Hello, good evening, good morning to everyone. I just want to be clear because I've been holding since December or early January, I think. And I have a small bag, just like the other guy earlier. I just wanted to make sure that he said he had 11 trillion or whatever, and you guys are just sending in the dollar value. So that means instead of he's only getting 50% of his assets.
No, so at the end of the day, can you guys hear me clear? Sorry, there might be a little.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so at the end of the day, say you guys have $100 worth of tokens. Instead of us sending you guys this $100 worth of tokens and then having to pay, an additional $50 to $100 for the gas, we'll then send you the Ethereum, a 1-to-1 ratio as to what you previously had, and then from there, you can do whatever you'd like with that money. But we would do this because we would waste tons of gas you know, if we were to, you know, send out $100 worth of tokens and then send out another and then pay like $50 to $100 in gas, think about that with 3,000 people. That's over, you know, $300,000.
No, I think the question. So right, that's a good point. But was your question of getting less tokens? Was that what your
Yes,
reference? Okay,
yes.
so right, so what's happening, right, is I don't know if you were at the beginning of the call, right? We initially had 1,000 quads as our supply. We're reducing that supply to 50 quads total in circulation, right? So proportionately, the number of tokens is going to decrease. However, the value, the dollar value of your holdings will remain the same. So nothing structurally is going to change from the dollar value of your tokens at the time of the snapshot, just the amount of tokens. Now, what does that mean? Let's just say you're a number 200 holder, right? Well, you're still going to be number 200 holder because the supply is reducing, and so is your token amount in proportion to that supply. So your dollar value is always going to be the same. You'll just have less tokens because there's going to be less circulating supply.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna lose 50% of my small bag.
But you're not losing anything. It's still, if your bag is worth $100, you're still getting $100. It's going to be proportion. You're not really losing anything, right? You're just the amount of tokens. Think of it. Are you familiar with like the stock world, right? Think of a stock split. When a stock splits, right, you have a stock that's worth $100, and you have 10 shares. If that
Yeah.
stock splits 2-to-1, well, then you're going to have a stock that's worth $50 and you're going to have 20 shares, right? This is just going in the opposite direction. The dollar value is going to stay the same, but there's going to be less tokens. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand what is the yeah, but I don't want to lose my tokens either.
But but it's relative. The point I'm trying to make is you're not losing anything. Everything, the supply is being adjusted downward. So everyone's supply is moving downward. You're not losing anything as
So
far as,
so the price will change also during the launch.
yeah, correct. The price is going to reflect proportionally to what the supply is going to be.
I see. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So you're not losing any dollar value, which is the most important thing. You're not losing any money. You will have a different token count, but you're not losing any money at all.
Okay. So I guess I'll just wait for what happens next. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you,
Big
Mike.
Hen. Yes, you're very welcome. Big Hen, how you doing, brother? Big Hen, you're up next. I see you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I don't know what
I
happened.
can hear
Somebody
you.
must have blocked my behind because I could not get into this space at all. I had to turn my phone off and turn it back on. Check this out.
What's going on, brother? How
So
you
I
doing?
found out I'm all at 2,501. Would you guys make an exception for me?
For the airdrop?
Yes.
Probably not.
Dude, show me some love.
It's all going to depend on the sell down. I think, you know, at the end of the day too, it comes down to dollar value, right? At what point does us airdropping it cost more than to actually just do a manual transfer? But for you, Big Hen, I will personally handle your transfer if you fall.
Oh, my guy. But no. Where does that number end? Like, if your wallet, did you guys already do the airdrops or the migration?
No. But we've determined based on. So I'm just doing a quick calc over here of what percentage the 2,500 are in. Give me 1 second, and I can tell you why we kind of went this route. So I think, you know, Gabe, correct me if I'm wrong. We kind of did an initial calc to understand, you know, where it's going to kind of be a majority of the holders. Right? Is that how we kind of did it?
Yeah. So I thought Maverick had mentioned it in the thing. So what he did was he ended up taking your total supply number, and then he calculated out how much the top 2,500 holders actually held, and it was a certain amount of your token supply, and that token supply was enough in order for us to pull the liquidity out of the locked locker. You know what I mean? With having
That's right.
room to because like basically what happens with this is it's kind of like, in essence, like, what do they say? It's like a slow rug in a sense. So you have to slowly drain the liquidity out so that way you don't take too much of it at one point in time to where it causes the numbers to drop down too fast. So what you're doing is you're slowly selling, but you're obviously doing multiple sells over time in order for you to receive the largest amount of the liquidity that's actually there. And then once we get the liquidity, then we'll take it and we'll add it to the V2 contract. but you have to have a certain amount of token supply in order to continue to sell that off. You know what I mean? So obviously the top 2,500 holders, if they were all to send in and participate and send in their token amount, it'll make it that much easier and make it more available for us to pull the most liquidity out of it. Obviously, the less people that participate in it, then obviously the less liquidity we're able to pull out of the actual old pool. Does that help?
Yeah, that makes sense. You good? I'm sorry, I'm more at work right now, but all right, bro. I respect that. That's what's up. I'll just be waiting to see if I get the airdrop or not.
Yeah, and Hin, that could possibly change if you're really the 25th or like 2501 wallet. That could potentially change by the time we get ready to take the snapshot, because there could be people right now that hear this and they decide that they want to sell. And you guys, you know what I mean? This is the thing, like it's your choice, right? Like Mike said, nobody can force you to go through the migration with us. If you wanted to sell, I mean, that's totally up to you guys. But obviously there's perks and there's benefits of going through the migration with us. So that's it.
I got you. That's not a problem. Do you guys know what the minimum was on that 2,500? I think you had mentioned it. They had like how much you were holding? Like,
Yeah, it's right now. I think like it's right around 24 billion or so.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry, 24 trillion. Excuse me. I'm like Gabe. I can't read decimal points at this point.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at I'm going 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah.
2,
Right.
3,
So
1,000.
so if I did a quick calculation, right, the top holders, including the dead wallet, hold pretty much. Hang on one second.
It's 354 billion tokens.
Okay.
Is where you get cut off at the 2,500.
Okay.
You sure billion? Okay, maybe my eyes are bad.
Well, because I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm counting it. 1, 2, 3, that's 100. 1, 2, 3, that's 1,000. 1, 2, 3, that's million. 1, 2, 3, that's billion. So it's 354 billion, 237 million, 95,500.22 or 0.244.
Yeah. So the only reason I say that is because I just did the export from Etherscan. So I think it's around the 24 trillion mark.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just did the export and I'm double checking with my eyes. Yeah, it's about around 24 trillion, I'd say, is a rough estimate as of right now. Obviously that can change before we do the snapshot, but that's kind of a rough estimate.
All right. That's cool. Thank you.
Anytime, brother. Appreciate you coming up.
Yeah.
Let me see. All right, if you've already requested, just give me a few minutes to get everybody that hasn't got questions, and I promise I will come back to you. Let's go to. It looks like Nene's been out there for a while. Apologies, Nene. How you doing?
In this situation, use it to get out your card and use it to buy into preset.
Gabe, can you mute real quick? Gabe, sorry, you got a little noise there. Nene, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
Fine. I'm new to crypto, right? So I had bought on L Bank. So when y'all switch to the new launch, would it automatic switch over, or do I need to send them in? How does it work?
If you're holding on a centralized exchange plus like L Bank or Bitmart, you do not have to do anything. What's going to happen is when the new contract is deployed, they'll receive whatever whatever wallet they're holding in their supply from our end, they will receive on their end. There'll probably be, as Gabe's point, there'll probably be a halt on trading while they make the update, and then you should have it reflected in your new holdings. Now, I will caveat this in case you haven't heard it, probably have. We are reducing the supply from 1,000 quads to 50 quads. So your dollar value will remain the same. So let's just say you have $500. You'll still have $500 worth. You just will have less tokens.
Okay, so do I still do the airdrop? Like, do I send it in to you? Because I'm pretty sure I'm in the top. Oh, I don't have to?
If you're on a centralized exchange, you do not. If you're on L Bank, you do not have to do anything.
No airdrop or nothing, right?
Nope. That'll all get taken care of by the centralized exchange. Because remember, the reason we're asking people to do the send in tokens is because you're actually holding the tokens, right? When you buy on the exchange, you're just buying the contract. They're the actual holders. So that will all happen on their end, and it'll get reflected on your end once they resume trading with the V2 contract.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, everyone.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Not safe. How you doing? Not safe. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
I'm pretty much lost for words right now. Just trying to understand what's going on here. So I hold a significant amount. I'm sorry I got in late. So forgive me if I'm asking questions that has already been answered. So
that's okay.
All right. So currently, pretty much I hold a significant amount of Shaman. I understand the reducing of the quads and stuff and the dollar value. So what do I need to do? Because I'm pretty sure I am in that top 2025 50 $2,500. I don't know. I DM my wallet address to Gabe. I don't know if he can pretty much check it out and tell me what's gonna happen, because I'm a little confused here. I'm hearing I need to send tokens into a wallet address, or I don't know.
Sure. I can walk you through that. That's not a problem. Yeah. So you hold it in like
I have it in
a DeFi wallet. You don't hold it.
I have it in my Trust wallet.
Okay, great. So what's going to happen is we're going to set up a designated wallet that's never been used before. That's going to receive all the token. Anybody who holds the actual tokens in a DeFi wallet will have to send those tokens into a specified address, right?
So that's gonna
We
cost
will provide
me
that.
ETH, right?
There will be a gas fee, but what we are doing is what we're going to try to do is we have a list of everybody that's sending in, and because they're accommodating us and helping us with the relaunch, post launch, Tony and I are going to look together to get some kind of reward or thank you token appreciation to anybody that sends it in. So we're not sure what the form that could be in, but we are actively considering everybody that sends it in, and we will give some sort of token of appreciation for the inconvenience and obviously the fee.
Okay. All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to post the instructions with the address. I'm probably going to hold another space tomorrow with the address posted up the top so people could come in and grab it. But we will not recommend, don't send anything in until we do the snapshot of the price and the holdings. We will announce at the time when people should kind of send their stuff in. So for now, you just hang tight until you hear from us, but we will be sure to blast it all over the Twitter and Telegram.
Okay. So okay. Okay, so this is what I will do here. I'm just gonna send you. Oh wow, I can't. Okay, so I didn't want to pretty much publicize my holding amount, but
yeah, I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So do you know how to use?
I will look it up for you, and I'll message you.
Gabe, we'll take care of that. We'll stop talking about. Don't talk about holdings or anything. We don't want to know anybody's holdings.
No, I'm just asking. Did you get the Did you receive that DM, Gabe?
Yeah, I did. Yes,
okay,
I did.
So that's my wallet address.
So you guys can connect off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys connect offline. He'll take me there. We'll keep it confidential. We won't talk about that, but you guys can connect offline. He'll let you know where you stand. And like I said, we'll have another space probably tomorrow to go over some more details of the actual submission. So just hang tight for now. You're in good hands. We'll make sure you're taken care of.
All right. Thank you, guys. Let's go, Shaman.
That's right. I like to hear that. Appreciate you. Crypto Mom X3. Sorry, you were requesting before and you've been waiting, so I apologize. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Okay, I have a question. When I look on Etherscan and I open up my contract, it says position 69. Is that the same as I'm holder number 69?
Let me check Etherscan. Hang on let me check real quick. I have it up. I'm not going to look at your address or anything. I'm just going to look to see what you're talking about so I can understand it. So it would be if you go to holders, it would be rank would be what you'd look for.
That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Right. So if you're if you go to that and you kind of do a search on your wallet address, it'll tell you where you rank. And then if you're within the 2,500, you'll be eligible for the airdrop. If not, like I said, we can always, we'll process kind of a manual transfer. We'll set up a portal that people can request and kind of send us their information. We can look it up, confirm the holdings, and then we will send you back an equal dollar value of what your tokens were.
See, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see rank anywhere there. I just see position.
You're under the holders tab?
Hold on, let me go back.
Yeah.
Logs, internal state. Okay, I'll look for it. Then my other question is, you spoke about the exchanges Albank and Bitmart. Those folks will not have to send their tokens in, but I'm with Coinbase Wallet.
Right. So because you will hold a DeFi wallet, right, we're requesting that we're going to set up a contract address. We're setting up a contract address for a wallet. It'll be an unused wallet that we will have everybody send in their tokens only when instructed by us. So don't do anything now.
Right.
And then what we do is once we unwind the old contract and the new contract is loaded, we'll go ahead and if you're within the top 2,500 holders, they will automatically be airdropped to you. You won't have to do anything. If you fall outside of that, then you can just reach out to the Shaman team. We'll confirm your wallet address and your holdings, and we'll send you an equal dollar value on a manual basis.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming up.
So let me go to
Blockchain Boogie. How you doing? Blockchain Boogie Man. Blockchain Boogie Man. You still connecting?
I had one quick question and then I'll drop down.
Yeah. Go ahead real quick, Ken.
So if we're still buying Shaman right now, will that still count, or you tell everybody to stop buying and then?
Yeah. So that's a good question. So what we're going to do is once the Gabe and the team take a snapshot, we'll identify the exact time. I think we're estimating tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern to be the snapshot. Once that happens, there will be a message sent out that any buys after this point will not count. We will have an export of all the wallet holders and their current token amounts and their values. And then from that point on, that'll be binding. So if anybody tries to like arbitrage as the price goes down and we're draining it and buys it, we're going to say, nope, as of this date, this is where you guys stand. So as of right now, you could still buy.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, bro.
Anytime, brother. Appreciate you coming to support. We lost Blockchain Boogeyman. Okay, Goat Guy, how you doing? Goat Guy, what's happening?
Hey guys, just a quick question. I'm not totally understanding. You're mentioning the 2,500 holders or so that are above 24 trillion. Is there something special that those folks would have to do, or is what? I didn't understand what that meant.
Yep. Yeah, no problem at all. So essentially what we're asking everyone to do is between the 6th at a designated time, you don't have to do anything now, between the 6th and the 9th is send in your tokens, right? We'll give an address, we'll provide instructions, right? What we're saying is if you are part of the top 2,500 holders, you will be a part of the airdrop, which means the only thing that those people will need to do is add the new contract address to their wallet, and then the tokens will just automatically appear. Now, let's say you fall outside of the top 2,500 holders. What you'll have to do is just reach out to the Shaman team. We'll get your wallet address, and we'll confirm what the value of your tokens were on a dollar basis at the time of the snapshot, and we'll go ahead and we'll send them back to you manually.
Okay, cool, man. That makes it very simple. Just one more thing. Shaman.
I love it. Thank you, Goat Guy. I appreciate your support.
Yeah, you can drop me down.
Cool. Thanks, brother. My man Jay, how you doing? Jay, how you doing?
Oh, what's going on, my brother? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing, my friend?
Tired, man. It's almost that time. My fast about to be broke. It's the month of Ramadan, so But I had two questions for you real quick, Mike. I understand everything pretty much up to, with the airdrop and all that. For those of us who don't have a real big bag and we choose not to add to the liquidity pool, how do we go about making sure our whatever tokens we have is updated?
Right. So to the extent, let's just say I'm not going to put a dollar value on. I'm just going to pick one. Let's say it's like a $50 bag. I don't know who holds what. This is just a pure example, right? Obviously, it's not going to make sense, for you to kind of send it. It's probably going to cost you more to send it, just like it's going to cost us more to airdrop it. So what we'll do is, post the launch. We'll just confirm the wallet address holdings that you guys have. Once we confirm what the value of your tokens were on that day, the Shaman team will get your address and we'll send you the tokens. It just means you won't be part of the airdrop, which, means it's just a couple of more steps. But we're going to set up kind of an email or a portal where you guys can kind of submit your requests. After the airdrop's complete, we'll put out an announcement and say, if you've not received your tokens, please reach out to this address, and we'll accommodate them as quickly as possible.
All right, cool. Now my second question. They not here, so I don't know if you probably can answer this, but they gone. With Brew Labs, so is this going to be on the Ether blockchain or the smart chain? Because they use both.
Hold on, repeat that question.
Jay, can you repeat the question?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead, repeat it.
Oh, all right. Hey, what's up, Gabe?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I was asking like Brew Labs because I know they do the blockchain and the smart chain. We have Shaman will still be on the blockchain, not the smart chain, correct?
Oh yeah, so Shaman will be on Ethereum. It's not going to be on the BSC network. Yeah, that is correct. It will be on the regular Ethereum. Like nothing's changed as far as network.
All right, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to check because I know they do both. Because I got stuff. I got to figure out how to do that. The Ethereum that blockchain because the smart chain I know how to do. So that's something I got to figure out in the next couple of days or so.
Yep. No, it's going to be the same. Nothing changed.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I'm in the process of doing school and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, Jay. Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate you. Right. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to get to people who haven't spoken yet, so I am just going to go in order because at this point my brain is not really working. Miss Analytics, I think you've been here for a little bit, and again, I apologize if I've gone out of order. I will get to you. We're probably going to go for probably another, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll try to get everybody's questions in. But if you have requested, we will honor that. Miss Analytics, how you doing?
Hi, how's it going? Hey, thanks for taking my question.
Good. Sure.
Hey, so you know what? There are holders who may right now be above and below the various watermarks that you have. Plus, for sure, there's going to be sellers and buyers prior to the snapshot. So is there a way you can please post the snapshot list so we can tell whether or not we're above and below?
I don't know how, from a security perspective, I'm not sure, Gabe, it probably makes sense to be posting everybody's wallet addresses. But what I can say is we can, we can tell you the time of the snapshot and you can check Etherscan at that point. I think at the end of the day, each of us have to worry about is where our own wallets hold, right? So I'd be reluctant to post everybody's kind of wallets out there just for, I'm not sure everybody would want that information out there, even though you can identify it to a person. Security and safety of our holders is very important.
I understand. And then one last question is, so once you figure it all out, is there a way you can communicate how many tokens we can expect? You don't have to say the exact amount by address, but maybe just provide a ratio of pre to post migration.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Gabe, you want to take that?
No, I mean, you said you wanted an exact number, or like in a number or a roundabout number.
Ideally, a
Think that
number,
we'll be
but a
able to.
ratio is fine.
Well, I don't think we'll be able to give you the number like per se, just for the fact that we still have to withdraw the liquidity. So depending on how much liquidity we are actually able to pull out of this other contract and move it over, will be the basis of how we set the dollar amount for how many tokens everybody has. So that's something that like I couldn't give you factual numbers on, but what we can tell you is that we've changed the token supply from what it was at, which was 100 quads, all the way down to what did you guys set it to?
It was 1,000 quads down to 50 quads. So I think the point you're trying to make is what the ratio is to what you would have had to with the new token supply. And to Gabe's point, we couldn't give an exact. We can try to figure out a ratio, but I can assure you that you're not going to get the same exact dollar value. So if you had $1,000, you're going to get $1,000 of the V2. So it's all going to be proportional.
Okay, I believe you. I was just, I just like numbers. So
no, it's certainly a fair question. If we have a way that we can figure out an estimated ratio, we'll certainly provide it. I'm not really sure. That's something we'd have to talk to Brew Labs about.
And if you can just provide maybe bookends, like a range, that would be great too.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Let me see. Agdanian, how you doing? This is my Telegram buddy. How you doing? Agdanian, how are you? Doing great. How you doing? It's good to finally we've interacted on Telegram. It's good to hear your voice.
Perfect. Actually, that's my first time when people can hear my voice.
Great.
So I have my first question. I have a couple of questions, and my first question is about the snapshot. When you take the snapshot, do you will include also the reflection tokens?
So the snapshot will be right. So the snapshot is going to include, whenever we take the snapshot, it'll include all of your holdings at that time, which will be including any reflections you've received up to that point.
Perfect. So the next question is about the small holders. So for example, at the moment there is one person in the Telegram group who says that he has $14 in the wallet. What will be happen with him? Do he need to send his tokens, or to just wait and to contact with you, and then you can send him, airdrop him?
Yeah, so the people who don't fall under the 2,500 wallet rule or snapshot that we're actually taking for the people who should send in their tokens, they will have to contact the Shaman team, and the Shaman team can allocate those funds back to them.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep.
And my last question is about, do you plan to pin or to write somewhere this information, like a Q&A, question and answers, in Telegram?
Yeah, similar to what I've done before previously. I'll try to get some frequently asked questions that we had in here, and send it to you in the Telegram, and we can pin it there for the folks that aren't on the Twitter space. And obviously, if there's other questions that come up that aren't on there, you can let me know, and I can kind of revise and go. I'd like to make it very fluid and flexible, so we're addressing everybody's concerns and everybody's well informed.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That was my question. And have a good day and night for all of you, guys.
Great. Thank you very much. Great to hear from you. Let me see who's hasn't gone yet. All right, Dr. Crypto, real quick while I'm finding the next person, because I got to get through these the rest of the people.
Yes. I have a question actually for Tony. The question is, as Crypto Mom was asking, would you mind, because I have seen some tweet regarding, how much is going to be the total supply for this new contract. Have you decided yet? How much?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have decided. We felt as if, I know a lot of people, they don't like those extra zeros. And it will bring more exposure as to us, actually going in depth and changing so much in our contract. So yeah, we will be proceeding with 50 quads instead of 1,000 quads. That's about 950 quads less than what we previously had. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. We are going to be proceeding with a different supply, which will be 50 quads.
So I can say to Crypto Mom that it will be a ratio of 1 to 10, right?
No. So, okay.
So he's saying a ratio of 1 to 10, the old contract. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think it's probably more closer to 1 to 20 if you think about it, because 50 and then to 1,000, right? So it's probably 1 to 20. But yeah, rough, give or take, something along those lines. But like I said, everyone's going to receive the same dollar value.
Okay, great.
Well, I see Crypto Mom has requested, so we might as well bring her up. Crypto Mom, how are you? Crypto Mom, are you with us?
I'm sorry. I
am.
think I was never dropped down.
Oh no, sorry, Crypto Mom, not Mom. Sorry.
Okay.
Apologies.
Oh gosh! Wow.
Crypto Mom.
How are you
Sorry,
doing, Crypto Mom?
I'm wonderful. How are you
Crypto Mom
guys?
and Crypto Mom.
Good. Crypto Mom times 2. So here we go. Here's my question. So I had moved all of my Shaman to SaterMask. So is it still going to be on SaterMask? And then what do I do? Because I've got just tons of it sitting there.
So Tony, I believe Tony's in talks with the team to get the update on their end. Correct, Tony?
Are we still going to be traded on SaterMask? Is this token still?
Yes, we will be. We will still be on SaterMask.
But in terms of the sorting out the amount, will that be automatically done, or do I need to transfer it somewhere?
Yeah, so you'll need to, depending on obviously the size and beneficial, you'll need to transfer it to a wallet that we're holding, and then we'll work with Brew Labs and we'll unwind the old contract. And then depending on where you are on the holder list, you'll either get an airdrop of the new tokens or you'll get a manual kind of transfer from the Shaman team.
Okay, so I'm in the top group. So what do I do? I mean, do I?
So if you're in the top 2,500 holders, all you'll have to do is send in the old tokens. We'll specify what that is or where that'll go. And then what we'll do is once you have the new contract address, we'll give you that new contract address. You add that contract, and then everything will get airdropped to you.
So I send them out of SaterMask to wherever you tell me to, and then you'll get that sorted. And then how will I see my tokens again?
Hey guys, I'm sorry. What was said? Sorry, I keep on getting stuck in the blockchain for some reason. It's not.
Hey Tony.
How you doing, Crypto Mom?
Me.
Yeah, no, tell
It's
me.
me, love. Yeah, I have my tokens on SaterMask. So I was wondering how that would work out for me. Do I need to? I mean, I could pull them up on a Trust Wallet or something with the same address and see them there if I want to. But of course, it's I don't know. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, no, of course. So right now, at this moment, we're just once we get the new liquidity, our new tokens. I'm actually already I'm in talks with MK, and he said we should have no problem with injecting more liquidity into SideMask. I mean, we have recently, paid the fees and everything for SideMask, and we're on SideMask. So yeah, I don't think there should be a problem with going ahead and injecting more liquidity, and then from there you will have that same 1-to-1 ratio. But I mean,
will that happen automatically? What do you suggest? Because I'll just do whatever you guys tell me. Should I just put it in a Trust Wallet and
I would
then
say
forward it.
for now, if you would like to do that, just so then it would be easier. Don't know exactly how much you own. I'm not gonna ask you that too either right here, but
Hundreds of trillions.
okay. Yeah, so I think you should be good once we inject more liquidity into SideOfMask. Everything should roll over, and then you just add the new contract address in. But yeah, I think that's how it should work, because we do obviously we're on SideOfMask, so and we're not gonna have no problem with injecting more liquidity into SideOfMask. But if you want to be, extra safe, wait, you can send them over to wherever you just said, and then from there, you can get them back.
Send them to you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the route I'm going to take. That just,
Yeah.
just so I don't have to wait till things get sorted out on the other end.
Yeah, I would
so
agree. And you know what? Do you have any wallets that you mirror into SideOfMask?
I do. I actually
Okay.
do. And it's really weird because when I did that, it took a lot of most of it, but it still left a trail in my old wallet. So that will give me the opportunity to put them back together.
Right. So what you could do is you could just you can put them in one of the wallets that you're mirroring in, and then when you send them out so you can send it out to us, and then what you can do is add the new contract to, let's just say you're mirroring in the Trust wallet. You can add the new contract into your Trust wallet, and then that'll mirror into SideOfMask, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yes, absolutely. Crypto Mom, any questions you have, my DMs are also always open, and as well as Mike, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We'll go to Vonsi, and then we'll go to Crypto St. Michael.
Hey, let me say something before he speaks.
Sure.
So I just posted a link above. I've broken the link. So if you just copy the wording, and then right before the TU, if you do a backspace, this will pull up a video of BSC scan, which is exactly the same template as Etherscan, of how we tell our holders to look up the top 1,500 holders, right, for our airdrops. So if you guys want a live video on how you would find out if you were the top 2,500 holder, you would be able to use the same process on Etherscan and be able to figure out if you're the top 2,500 or 2,500 holder. Okay?
Yep. Thanks, Gabe. I appreciate that. Vonsi, how you doing?
Not very well, actually. I was just listening to this, and I'm surprised that a consolidation is happening. And from what we're being told, was a 1-to-1. So why were we not told that this is actually going to be a consolidation? Because that's what's actually happening right here. Whether it's a 21 or what you said, 1,000 then 50.
Yeah.
Then
So
it looks like
so
120.
so this is what happened. We made a poll, and this is a whole community together, and we felt as if 50 quads would be more beneficial for the long term of this project, because when big players come into projects, they don't like to see 18 zeros, which you are absolutely right. We should have let the community know ahead of time, this and that, but we did let you guys know about the migration like a month prior. So I mean, like, some other projects out here just give you 24 hours leadway just because they don't want you to take advantage. Well, we're giving you guys that that leadway to be able to get in until we take that screenshot. But yes, I too understand where you're coming from. We just felt as if it would be best for our project and the longevity of it to lower the supply.
And just to add to that, it was just determined last night, and we announced it immediately at the beginning of this, which was part of the AMA. So, to Tony's point, we took a poll within the community. We're obviously about doing, this token does not survive without the community. So as soon as it was decided, we announced it immediately. It was probably one of the first things that we announced tonight. I hope you don't, please don't feel like it's something that was slid under the radar. It was something that was determined and discussed last night amongst the team. And we immediately put it out for announcement in this live recording.
Okay, but surely if you guys know what you're reducing it to on a trading point of view, you would know roughly what the ratio is, because a consolidation won't just happen without you guys knowing exactly, what it's going to be. I heard somebody
Oh,
say, oh, it's going to deter.
it's a 1-to-20 ratio. So basically 50,
Yes.
50 quads times 20 would be 1,000 quads. But we're not going to be, having that 1,000 quads anymore, just because I just feel that with the tokenomics that we have and what we're implementing into our contract and everything of that sort, it will bring more eyes if we have a lower supply. Like there is some projects that, take off, of course, with this bigger supply, but like I said, when it comes to like bigger people who want to invest a lot of money, they like to see, less zeros. Well, we still have a lot of zeros. We still have about what, 15 zeros?
No,
16 zeros?
no. I think the point to make, right, is that because a lot of people were very stuck on the fact that we weren't going to have a built-in burn mechanism, that we were having this buyback function, right? So we took all the feedback from the community, right? And if you listen back, I don't know if you came at the beginning, but there's a lot of beneficial features to this contract that have been added by Brew Labs. We have the staking, we have the Treasury wallet, which initiates a buyback, which essentially keeps raising the floor of the price as the wallet builds up over time. It also benefits from incremental reflection. So we are adding values to the holders, right? And at the end of the day, too, whatever people are receiving, you're still receiving the same dollar value of your tokens. No one's going to receive any less of a monetary value of tokens. Just like you said, it'll be the ratio of tokens will be different.
No, I understand that, but I think at the beginning you guys were not being transparent about, this consolidation as in what ratio, because you're saying it will be determined by this and that. So let's have a bit of some transparency, because some of us are not stupid. We're quite experienced traders, so would want to know things in advance so we know how to move our money around and buy more, that kind of thing. So we'll greatly appreciate that in the future, please.
No, yeah, absolutely. We're always transparent, 100%. Like Mike said, we just kind of came up with that. We thought it would, like, this was just set in stone yesterday for the 50 quads. That's why we're now having this, adding this into our AMA, and of course letting you guys know, because transparency is key. So yes, definitely, we do want to be transparent with you, and if you feel as if we're not, please let us know.
Yeah, and that's why we announced it right away, immediately in the first part of this call. We wanted everyone to know as soon as we knew. But obviously we're always open to suggestions, Vansi, from the community on how we can improve and provide the best value to you.
Oh, that's fine. I appreciate that. I'll drop down. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vante.
Can I ask 2 more questions, and can I give one idea?
Sure.
Okay, so the first question is for about the compensation. In the previous AMAs, we spoke about this 4 to 5% compensation. Did they still?
So you're kind of cutting out there. I missed that last part.
Did this 4-5% will be? It's the holders will gonna give them.
So what we had initiated, right, when we looked at the total supply, what's going to happen is, because we have only 6% remaining supply after the airdrops and the transfers, a majority of that is going to the staking pool. So what we are saying is anyone who sends in their tokens, we have a record of that, and we'll be able to provide, some type of thank you reward post-launch for that. But as far as the 4 to 5%, we do not have the sufficient supply in order to provide that, because if we did, we would not have enough for our staking pools and all the added benefits we're giving to the community.
Okay, thanks. Next question is about this 20% burn. Also in previous MAs, we talk about that it can be up to 20% burn.
Yeah. So hey, what's going on, bro? So basically, what it is we have there's about like Mike was saying, we have like a 6% left over, roughly, and that's gonna go into our staking pool. But on the other hand, we have a 3% auto buyback. So we can either use this buyback within the next week or so as we continuously grow, or I think it's every 24 hours. We can either use that to put it back in the staking pool, or we can use it to buy back and burn. We'll come together as a team, as a community, and feel as if what we think will bring the most success out to our project. And I realistically think doing the buyback and having those set aside, for when we want to burn them or use them for staking or anything of that sort, exchanges, that's important, because we're talking, quote me if I'm wrong, Gabe, we're talking on each cell we will have a buyback, and that can be allocated to burning if we'd like, going back to exchanges, and everything of that sort, as well as our staking pools.
Yes, it's like something like Bibo for Brew Labs. Yes.
Yes, Brew Labs. You there, Gabe?
Yeah, that's correct. I think if you Maverick, who was on the call previously from Brew Labs, gave a really good overview of it. But yes, it's very similar to the Bibo contract that we were talking about.
Awesome. That's perfect, actually. Okay, and I have one idea for you guys. If you are able to make a video like a tutorial how to migrate, to do migration, because a lot of people are not from USA and they don't speak English, and I think it will be easier for them to make some like a tutorial video how they can do it.
Yeah, no, definitely. We will look into that for sure. We have about, I believe, another roughly another 13 or another 8 days until our relaunch. So I think you should get that. We can get that together, a nice tutorial video as to how the migration works, and how how the process works, you mean?
Yes, also that.
Okay.
So how they can do the migration and how this will benefit them.
Yeah, no, we'll look into that. No promises though on that. But yeah, we can definitely have a tutorial video as to saying how it's going to benefit, of course, 100%. But yeah, definitely, we will definitely look into that.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Crypto St. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. So I caught little bits and pieces because I'm kind of working at the same time. But so I'm one of the top 2,500, and I have most of my 99% of it inside a Coinbase wallet, and but I'm reflecting into my SataMask wallet, and then I also bought in another wallet as well inside of SataMask, which is a very small portion. But what am I going to have to do there as far as when that time comes? Am I going to have to send that to you, or do you guys have a plan with Coinbase Wallet as well, or how's that going to work?
Sure. So with Coinbase Wallet or Trust Wallet or MetaMask or any of those, right? What we're going to do is we're going to have a designated wallet set up to have tokens sent sometime between the 6th and the 9th will be the window, but obviously don't do anything until we tell you. And then because you're in the top 2,500 holders, what will happen is once we're ready to deploy the new contract, we'll provide the contract address to the community. You'll go ahead and add that contract into your Coinbase wallet, and then you'll receive an airdrop of the new tokens.
Okay, and then as far as that goes, because I've really never dropped the new contract in the Coinbase wallet. I've just did everything through Uniswap, and then it would put my tokens into the wallet without me really having to do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't really, I guess I've never really asked that question before, so I don't know if that's a good question to ask now, or
No, it's a fair. So how to add the contract address is what
correct.
You're saying? Yeah.
Correct.
I have a Coinbase wallet. I don't frequently use it, but I'll tell you what. Let me look offline, and I know you and I are usually keep in touch offline. So I can what I can do is I can just take a look in my Coinbase wallet and see how it's done, and I can DM you after this call.
Awesome, I appreciate that. And
Yeah,
I think that's it for me. You can drop me down too.
Cool. Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate it. Saitama, Italy. Saitama, Italy, are you there? Saitama, Italy, going once, twice. All right, we'll come back to you. Crypto Bavarian.
Hey, Mike, I'm in the same boat, man. I don't know how to add a contract to the Coinbase wallet. I did everything through Uniswap.
Yep. No problem. I'll like I say, I'll include you in that DM when I take a look after
Hey,
the
I'm
call.
sorry, by the way. I hit your DM like crazy, and I did the same with Gabe.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's all right. Listen, I'll always answer you. It just might not be right away, but I will always
I
get
know
back.
you do, and I want to tell the community that you're great at responding, and Gabe is too.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
y'all.
Yeah, I'll look into that. All right, we'll get you set up well before everything
All right.
happens. Let's see. Pennen 211. Pennen 211. Are you there?
Just going back to the question that the gentleman had about Coinbase. So basically, what you're saying that we don't have to do anything if you're in the top 2,500 holder, and all we have to do is basically paste that contract in the Coinbase wallet. Is that correct?
Correct. So what we'll do is you'll send in the old tokens whenever we instruct you to do that. So don't do anything now. And then once we have the new contract address for the V2, we'll post that all over the Twitter, Telegram. We'll send it out to the community. You're going to go ahead and manually add that into Coinbase Wallet, and then you'll get an airdrop on probably the 12th is the day we're targeting, but it'll be before the launch.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much. Solid SCO. Solid SCO, are you there?
Hey, thanks for having me on. I just had a quick question. Basically asking the same thing everyone else is asking. I have my tokens in the Trust wallet, and I'm just wondering if there's anything that I need to do from there.
Yep. So what you'll need to do is, depending on, you'll have to send. Well, we're asking everyone to send in their tokens to a specified address. We will give the address and the time frame we're looking for. And from there, what you'll need to do is add the new contract address into your wallet once we provide that, which will be early next week. And depending on whether you're in the top 2,500 holders or not, if you're in the top 2,500, you'll just receive an airdrop and nothing will get done. If you're outside the top 2,500 holders, you can just reach out to the Shaman team with your wallet address. We will go ahead and we'll look up the dollar value of the holdings, and we'll send you the equivalent amount back.
Okay, I see. So top 25 is, what was it, 4 billion tokens, I believe?
You'd have to look on Etherscan. I don't have that right in front of me.
Yeah, so I posted a video up in the nest. Obviously, I don't click on links, so I don't expect anybody else in this room to click on links as well. But on this YouTube video that we've created for Brew Labs, this is how we check for our top 1,500 holders for who would be part of an airdrop. So if you watch this video and you correlate that to Etherscan, they are like one-to-ones of one another. They're just different. This one's going to tell you about BSC scan. Obviously, Etherscan, it's exactly the same. So if you just follow this process, but on Etherscan with the Shaman contract, you should be able to find out whether or not you are one of the top 2,500 holders by taking your wallet address and looking for where it falls in the top 2,500 holdings.
Okay, so I see. So I believe I am part of the top 2,500 holders. So basically just wait for that address to be dropped next week, and I'll get airdropped.
Yeah, so if you're part of the top 2,500 holders, you will be one of the people that should send their tokens in. Once you send your tokens in, obviously there's been a snapshot taken of the amount of tokens that you have, and so you will receive the same amount of dollar for dollar amount when we airdrop the new tokens to everybody on the V2 contract.
Okay, well, thank you guys for your time, and hope to hear more, and good luck with everything. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Let's see who hasn't gone yet. I think Crypto Ted. Crypto Ted, are you with us?
Yeah. Back to the little people with the small bags, and not just this space, but all spaces. Everybody always says, reach out to me or DM me, but 9 times out of 10, all these people saying this, their DMs are always closed. So how do we reach out to somebody if the DMs are closed to send a wallet address without posting for everybody?
So we're gonna set up an email, and we're going to post it to the Shaman site just to keep it easier, right? 'Cause to your point, right? And that's a very good point. Not everybody's DMs are open. So it'll be a specific email address tailored just for the specific request. And that'll be a way for us to kind of centralize it and make sure the message is going through.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You got it, Ted. Kurt Curry, how you doing? Kurt, how you doing? Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I think I've got most of what I needed. I just wanted to kind of go over some of this information to make sure I understand it correctly. Okay. And I think it may help some of the people who have been asking questions. So basically you're doing a 20-to-1 reverse stock split concept, right?
Basically, yes, that's the exact way to explain
Okay.
it.
So if you use that same concept in the stock world, your 20-to-1 valuation based on today's numbers, which a minute ago when I took a snapshot is 11 zeros, 5217, and you multiply that times 20, it raises that up to 9 zeros, 1043 to give you an equivalent value on a 20-to-1 reverse stock split, correct?
Give or take, yeah. I mean, you seem like you have the math more right in front of you than I do, but I'll take your word for it.
All right. All right. So my point is that's the concept you're talking about. In other words, the value, if it's a 20-to-1 reverse stock split on the number of tokens, it'll be the same on the value, just like with the stocks, just like stocks, right?
Yeah, your value. Like I said, if you had $1,000 as Shaman before the split, you're going to have $1,000 afterwards. It's just going to reflect in different amount of time.
Okay. So let me say right off the bat, anybody who hasn't been involved in these kind of things in the stock world, and the investors are going to probably either shoot me or agree with me. You know, to me, I love this because you're right. It's going to reduce the number of zeros, which always makes everybody less skeptical. It's made me less skeptical. You know, I'm in the top 2,500 barely, but I've wanted to increase my position tenfold. And this conversation, I wish happened a week ago, and I didn't only have 24 hours to increase my position in this, because this is a great conversation. I want to appreciate everybody's time and input today. With that being said, I'm looking at the, I downloaded the list right now. At the time I looked at it, number 2,500 is at 23.1 trillion tokens.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so anybody who is under 23.1 would either need to compete to increase their position over the next 24 hours or follow the procedures you outlined for being below that number, correct?
Exactly, yeah. You know,
Well,
like,
Mike, well, tell them not like why not to buy into the. There's obviously a problem with the old contract,
right,
to where some of the money is getting split up between whoever developed the contract. It's going to them, and so that's not very beneficial. So we're not encouraging people to try to increase their position as of right now, because you spending money in this old contract could potentially have that money leaving the project. So it's better to wait to increase your position when the new contract drops.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kurt, you might have come late. There was, yeah. So we discussed.
Yeah, I was 30 minutes late. I apologize.
That's okay. No, you don't have to apologize. It's recorded too, so you can always go back and listen.
Perfect.
But just for everybody's benefit, we can certainly discuss it. You know, to Gabe's point, the original coder of the contract, which the contract was renounced, you know, he had put in a mechanism whereby he was benefiting from the marketing wallet without us knowing. You know, I guess the only way that it was really known is when we started reviewing the contract, which kind of prompted us to say, okay, you know, to ensure that these funds are going into the project, that the marketing wallet is used solely for marketing, and that some back-end developer who has nothing to do with the project is not benefiting, right? And that's not fair to the holders. It's not fair to the project. It's just not right, too, in general, of what the marketing wallet should be used for. So that's kind of what prompted us to move forward with revising the contract and doing a V2. You know, as far as the reduction in the supply, we literally discussed this, and it was decided as of last night. So we wanted to give you guys the information as soon as we had it, which we knew we had this space scheduled for today. So we felt this was a good kind of platform for it.
Okay. So basically you're saying it's not worth it. Because I saw something that said a 4 to 5% bonus. I guess your tokens may increase 4 to 5%. I saw it somewhere on your site from for those holding now and during the conversion. I don't know if that was true. Sometimes there's stuff thrown around all the time. So to me, it just, that
Yeah.
information looked like there was an advantage to do that beforehand.
So what was happening is when we initially started talking about this process, right, is we wanted to, because we were asking people to send in their tokens, we wanted to see if there was a way to provide a benefit. When push came to shove and we looked at the total supply, after airdropping and sending the tokens, we really only 6% of remaining supply to work with, in which a majority is going to our staking pools, which are available at launch. So what we are doing, though, is we're going to have a record of anybody who sends in the tokens and kind of works with us. And then Tony and I will discuss some kind of thank you reward or appreciation post-launch and reach out to the community with that. So it's not saying no, we're just saying it's not going to be able to be done prior to launch, but we are looking to give some type of reward to the people that do send in their tokens, because we know it's an inconvenience.
Okay. And I've heard everybody talk about it. I have a general idea of those of us who have used our MetaMask wallets. And I know there's a list of wallets that you said are in that group where if you hold them in there, it'll auto change for you. If you're in the top 25, is there any advantage to you or to us or cost difference for everybody to transfer them to one of those wallets so that it's automatic and not sending? I'm not 100% comfortable sending wallets or sending my tokens out somewhere where I don't know where they are, trusting that somebody's going to later airdrop my tokens back to me. I've never done that before, so that's a little bit unsettling.
Understood. So the cutoff of the 2,500 holders, right, is what we're saying in the top 2,500. It just means that when we do the transfer back to the holders, it'll be part of the bulk airdrop that we're doing. If it's below that, then the Shaman team will manually send you those tokens. We'll just get your address, we'll confirm your holdings, and then we'll send it. So it's not like it's an added advantage, right? Every wallet is going to be the same. The only advantage you have is if you hold it on like a CEX, like an L bank or something. If you hold it on an L bank, they're going to update the contract on the back end on their side, and then they'll halt trading, and then it'll reflect in a value of V2 on your tokens once it goes live again. So that's really the only way that like literally nothing has to be done from the holder's perspective.
Okay. My concern is this, and this may help you understand my position is, I have to work to be able to invest in these things, right? And I work 24/7, and I'm just happen to catch this at the right time, and I'm going back on the road. I'm a lineman, so got to go back on the road for about 3 months. I may not have time to do this myself, so I'm trying to figure out if you're going to put something out there that says if you want this to auto exchange due to accessibility or what have you, here's the place to move your tokens for that to be handled by you.
You mean like
L Bank or whatever these other wallets are that are going to do it automatically?
Yeah, I mean, you could in theory, you could send your tokens to L Bank, right? You could do that, and then when it's updated on the back end, right? Because in L Bank, you only hold the contract, you don't hold the token. So if you just send it there, they'll do the processing of the tokens and the liquidity on the back end, and then you won't have to do anything. I mean, for someone like yourself, who says, like you say, you go on the road for 3 months, you don't want to have to worry about it. That's certainly an option. Obviously I can't tell you what to do. That's personal preference, but it's definitely an option if you want kind of set it and forget it.
Okay. And then you said once this is completed, which you said, I think that here the 13th-ish, this will all be done.
Yeah, the 13th will be the relaunch, right? So the 13th is when the new contract is going to go live. We're going to post the new address out to the community who wants to, obviously let them know that it's going live. And let everybody know that the contract has been successfully deployed. We're going to be locking liquidity for a period of 1 year. So that'll give us a little added safety for the project as well. But everybody will be notified, Twitter, Telegram, you name it. We're going to blast it all over the place.
Okay. Because my crypto IQ isn't as great as, by the way, I'm honored to be among this community. Some really incredible people were speaking before me. So, what do you mean by locking liquidity? How does that impact my tokens?
It's not a matter of it impacting your tokens. It protects the liquidity of the project, right? So, if liquidity is not locked, Gabe, correct me if I'm wrong. If you don't lock your liquidity, you run the potential of, something happening down the road. and it getting drained, right? When you lock it up, it kind of helps benefit the project for the long run. It helps us, it helps the community know that we're not just going to take the liquidity and, put it somewhere for, our own benefit or things like that. Once it's locked in that locker, it's sealed there for a period of a year. And then every year we'll reassess whether we want to redeploy it or put it out into put it into another lockup for a year. So it just provides added safety for the investors to know that the liquidity cannot be moved from that point
Okay,
on. Does that make sense?
So liquidity is something that you have. It's not my tokens.
That's correct.
So if this takes off and skyrockets and people want to pull some of this money out to pay for some of their daughter's tuition in college, we can still we can.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Like at the end of the day, we all invest for one reason or another, right? If it skyrockets and you need to pull funds, you're still going to have the ability to do that. The liquidity lock has to do with the liquidity of the project, not for what you're holding.
Yeah, and I've been holding since probably the third day, and I want to thank everyone who's bought in and out because they've increased me by at least 20 trillion tokens. So I appreciate everybody doing that.
Well, we appreciate holding on and believing in us, and we're really excited about this contract. And I would encourage, if you listen to maybe the first 30 minutes of the call that you missed, we went into great detail of the new contract and the benefits. Brew Labs gave a really good overview of the Treasury contract we're implementing and how to help the project. If you have 30 minutes and you're hanging out and you can take a listen, I would definitely.
I will definitely do that. I appreciate it. And like I said, is there any way to communicate? If I want to, like I said, I want to increase my stake in it significantly after the merge, it sounds like. Just because I've got to move some anyway from other places. Do I just do it online, or is there someone I can be in touch with if I'm a top 10 investor?
Tony, I mean, if you would be able to reach out to you, correct?
Yes, you can message me directly, please.
Okay, I appreciate it. And thanks everyone. Thanks for all the questions and everything that helped me out prior to me coming on. You guys have a good evening.
You too, Kurt. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Don't sell yourself short. Your explanation with the stock split and why it's beneficial and everything was really helpful. I think a lot of people hear like I'm getting less tokens or things like that, and it can it can rub people the wrong way if it's not explained well. And I think you did a really good job. So thank you for helping us out today.
Yeah, it's always better when it's the other way, like Whiting Petroleum and Google and Amazon. But hopefully you guys will be there one day.
Yeah, we hope so too.
Yep, absolutely. So I can't send you a message, and I don't think you could send me a message either. But I was trying to reach out to you so you would be able to send me a message.
Well, there's my limitations right there. So I don't know how to do that. I guess you're on Twitter. There's a
correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it out. I'll get my information. I don't care how much you have.
Yeah,
I'm protected.
You follow Tony. If you follow Tony, he'll follow you back, and then you guys should be able to message from that point on.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. I mean, if I had some of this information a while back, whether that guy got a percentage or girl got that percentage or not, it's been an exciting journey. And again, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to get better.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm telling you, this new contract is really going to push Shaman to the next level. I'm really excited about it. And the holders are going to get a lot of the benefit too, which makes me happy because, Tony and I know at the end of the day, the project has only succeeded as good as a community, right? So we want to do everything we can to give value back to you.
I got 10 family members invested, so let's make this keep going so I don't have to keep supporting them.
I appreciate that. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Guys.
Bye. Saida Lykin, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, boys? I'm sitting here looking on Etherscan. I don't know if I'm in the top 2,500. I didn't quite catch either what you're doing for people that are beyond the 2,500.
Yeah, no problem. So if you're beyond the 2,500 and you don't and you're not part of the airdrop, you'll just have to. We're going to set up an email where you'll send kind of a request into Shaman with your address, with the wallet that holds Shaman. What we'll do is we'll confirm what your dollar value of your holdings were at the time. I don't know, you're a little late. We are doing a consolidation in supply, so it'll be kind of a 1 to 20 consolidation of token amount, but you'll still receive the same dollar value, right? So once we confirm that, we'll give you the new contract address. You'll add it to your wallet, and we'll flip it right back to you.
Yeah, SafeMoon kind of did the similar thing when they went from 5 zeros to 3.
Right.
But where do I find my ranking at on Etherscan?
So what you're going to do is, if you search Shaman contract in Etherscan,
Mm-hmm.
then you scroll down and you look at holders.
Yeah, I don't see holders. I see.
All right. So when you got the Shaman contract and you enter it into Etherscan, on the right hand side you'll see where it says Shaman King Inu, and you'll click on that. It's right there at the top on the right hand side. Like, you should be able to see it. It should say. So did you grab the contract from like CoinMarketCap?
Yeah.
Okay. So once you grab it from CoinMarketCap and you go to Etherscan, you know what has that overview at the very top?
Yep.
Okay, so on the right hand side there, it should say Shaman King Inu.
Yep.
Click that.
Okay.
And now it should say holder. Yep. So once you click holder, now if you're not within the top 1,000 and you need to find out where you are, then scroll all the way to the bottom, right underneath, like, because the page only shows 50 at a time.
Yep.
On the right hand side down at the bottom, it says download CSV export.
Yep.
Click that, verify that you're human, and then it's going to pull up an Excel spreadsheet.
I see it.
And then you'll sort that, from the token amount. You'll click on that token amount section and then sort it by descending order or ascending order, whichever one it puts it in the right order. And then on the right hand side, you'll be able to see like what token number it is, and then you'll scroll down to 2,500, and then that'll tell you the amount. But if you're looking for your wallet, you can then click on the search feature, type in the last four of your wallet address, and then it'll point you to where it's at and let you know where you're at.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
Well, and then so for the people, and just to get this right too, I want to make sure I get this right. For the people who are above the 2,500, they will get 1-for-1 tokens.
They'll get the same dollar amount ratio.
Okay.
So because what we've done is they've actually cut the token supply by 20%. So instead of, what is it, 1,000 quads, they went down to 50 quads.
And so if you have 2 trillion, because I am way outside the 2,500, which is fine. I mean, either way, like I said, SafeMoon did the same thing. So I was just wondering. And so it's a 1 to 20 reduction, correct?
Yeah, but the dollar amount will stay exactly the same. So if you have $100 in there, you'll get $100 back. And the reason why they did that was just that way it's more presentable, obviously, on the charts as well. I want to say even Mandox just had a redeployment because of this as well with like SataMask, because they had such a large token supply that it wasn't really like working with SataMask, and so they decided to redeploy as well.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So really, when we cut the token supply down, it's just for representation, especially when centralized exchanges are looking at you, because centralized exchanges front end interface doesn't have the ability to show like 15 zeros or 20 zeros or these big large token numbers, and so they always have to shorten it up to where you can't actually see the token value. So Tony wanted to decrease that in order to have the more look appeal for the actual exchanges.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, thanks for the info, guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, so there's 4 requests left. We're going to take those, and then we'll see from there. So let me just get the two people that haven't requested, then I'll come back to High on Crypto and Deontay, since you guys had spoke before. I just want to give everybody a chance to get one question up. So Chosen, how you doing? Chosen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I just have a quick question. I just want to be clear on the, and hello to everyone. The tokens that are beyond the 2,500, I understand going through the email on the process. So the dollar value will be sent, or the tokens will be sent?
It will be dollar value. So as we mentioned, doing the consolidation and supply. So we're going from 1,000 quads to 50 quads. So essentially, it's a 1 to 20 consolidation. So you'll get less tokens, but let's just say you have $1,000, you're still going to get $1,000 of the contract.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I want to be sure on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming up. Ben Ola, how you doing? Ben, how you doing? Ben, are you with us?
Yes. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. So the question that I have pretty much has been answered, and then the one that I have, you said it's not necessary for people to go and buy to add more to the to whatever they have right now. So when is the new launch gonna be?
So the new launch of the token will be April 13th is when the new contract goes live.
Next week.
Yes, correct. So we'll announce on Twitter and on Telegram once the contract is live.
Okay, and also the people that have that are below 2,500, an email will be set up for them.
That's correct. We'll set that up. Yeah, within the next 24 hours, we'll set up an email. We'll post it on the official Shaman page. We'll also put it in the Telegram. And then we will instruct people, though, not to send any requests or send any tokens in. The request should probably wait until after the airdrop's complete. We'll put out an announcement and we'll tell everybody, hey, the airdrop's been complete. If you haven't received your tokens, please email us at the below address. Does that make sense?
Yes, but it's going to be done before the launch. Right?
I mean, that all depends on, what the size of the bags are too, right, Tony? I mean, are we going to try to get them all out before the launch?
Because the reason why I'm saying that is that, I mean, if it is after the launch, that shows that, the current holder will not have the opportunity, prior to the people that will be getting it. That is how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do our best to accommodate everyone, but everyone's getting, so what's happening is we're snapshotting the price in the next day or so. So whatever the price and the value is on that day, everyone's getting equal value there, right? They're not getting any more or less. They're going to get, so if you have 100, let's just say it's $1,000 tomorrow at the snapshot, you're going to get $1,000 of the new contract.
Yes, but I'm saying, let's say we don't have the new tokens, right? Before the launch. If you are giving it to us after the launch, it doesn't really benefit us, because people will have, buy or sell stuff like that, at least.
Yeah, but Ben, you got to understand, within the first hour of the token being launched, anybody who sells will be at a 30% deficit because the taxes will be raised to 30%. After the first, so basically you have 24 hours. So if somebody sells within the next 23 hours of the 24, they will be taxed at a 25% tax rate. So that's like the things that have been implied or implemented for those people who have a lower bag. But the thing is when you actually receive your amount, you will be able to now participate in staking, which can give you more money for your bag.
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean? There's a lot of other benefits to it. And they will try to get to all of these smaller holders as fast as they can. So obviously it's up to you guys on how fast you respond. Those who don't respond fast enough, then obviously they weren't too worried about it, right?
Okay. So, but the email will be, set up before the launch so that at
Yes.
least people start requesting.
It'll be set up before the launch. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. What is the last question that I have? I think that is pretty much what I have. If I have anything, I will DM Gabe. Gabe, thank you. You got me.
Yep, you're welcome. And actually, you want to message Shaman and them because I'm Brew Labs.
Yeah,
I'm not
Gabe's with
Shaman.
Brew Labs. He's just kind of assisting because they're helping us with the kind of migration. But yeah, reach out to Tony or the Shaman email or myself, Mike, and we'll try to help you out whatever questions you have.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, we'll go to Deontay and then we'll finish off with High on Crypto. Deontay, what's up, man?
Hey, I was just gonna ask one more question. As far as the Coinbase wallet, just a reminder for some, it shows the public part in the setting and it also shows the private part. If it's on private, it doesn't show on the Etherscan. How would you guys be able to see what the wallet holder is?
So because all your transactions go on the blockchain, right? Etherscan reads the blockchain. So if you've done a transaction, right, and your wallet number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even if you're on private in your wallet, it's on the blockchain and Etherscan reads the blockchain directly.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sure. So all your transactions, right? When anyone does a trade in any crypto, it's recorded on the blockchain. So regardless of your settings of your wallet, because remember, your wallet is just a mirror into the blockchain.
Okay.
Right? It's just a picture. It's looking at the blockchain and it's importing it into your wallet. It's showing you have 1 trillion tokens of Shaman, right? So what's going to happen is Etherscan is reading the blockchain for all the trades, and that's how we'll know the holders there. So I wouldn't worry about the settings you have on your wallet because, like I said, that's just a mirror into the blockchain. The blockchain is like, the golden source of all the trades that go through in crypto.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That was all I needed to know. Appreciate it.
High on Crypto. Sorry, I was on mute. High on Crypto, did you have another question? Okay, I guess not. All right, it looks like that kind of brought us to all the requests. I think at this point, we can probably close the space. But just so everybody does know that this space was recorded, we will retweet it out after the call. Well, looks like we have one more speaker. Okay, we'll go one more speaker. Wolfpack Saitama. Wolfpack Saitama, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you? Actually, you just answered my question when you said you're gonna retweet this because I missed the whole thing. So I'll go through. I don't want to waste anybody's time, so I'll just go through and replay that.
Yeah, absolutely. The first 30, 40 minutes of the call is really in detail.
That's all I need to know. I just don't want to waste any of your time to go through all that. Yeah, I'll just do that. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna do you guys have any last 2 cents you want to let the community have anything you want to say to the community?
Yeah, no, I'll just say first and foremost, thank you everybody for coming out and listening to us today, and I hope that we were able to answer your questions in full detail. We do appreciate all the support that you guys have shown Shaman over the prior months, and I'm just really personally excited about where the future of this project is going. I think, in conjunction with Brew Labs, we've really structured a really good contract that's going to benefit the project and the holders for the long term. At the end of the day, I know I've said this before, but this project only succeeds with the community. So we certainly appreciate all your support and all your patience with this. We will be here to answer any questions that you do have. Please do. I encourage you to replay this and listen if you missed anything. And obviously, we're here to help if you have any follow-up questions.
Tony, please. Tony or Shaman King, can anyone follow me back so that I can send my question? Because I just checked.
Yes, let me. I just followed you back, bro.
Thank you.
Have any last some things you want to say to the community before we close this up?
Shaman. Let's go. That's it.
Oh, brother.
Let's go.
No,
All right.
thank
Yeah, guys.
Thank you, everyone, again.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. And we'll be here for you guys if you have any questions. We're always here. That will never change. You know, like I always say, we'll always be the same person no matter what we have at the end of the day. We're here to stay here, continuously build up more and more utilities as we grow. And you know, as we know, we're getting on our new exchange 48 to 72 hours into launch. So I'm very excited. Just want to say thank you for each and every one of you guys, because we would not be exactly where we're at today if it wasn't for the community. So I just want to get that out there. Much love to you all. I hope you all have a good week.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Have a great night, day, wherever you are. We appreciate you. And yep, thanks so much again. Take care.
All right, guys, and that does wrap up that Shaman AMA. It was a little bit longer than we expected it to be, guys, but it was very informative. So if you guys want to go through it or pick through the information that you want to timestamp anything, feel free to do that. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will be on later at 9 p.m. Central Time, so we can go over some different things with K-Pets, with them having that different layer kind of opened up. So besides that, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I am out of here, guys.